Alrighty guys, how we doing? Today we've got Port Adelaide versus Melbourne. Big game for both clubs. Both teams are in very good form. And in fact, we got right in on time as the game has started now. So as we go from the middle of the ground, Clayton Oliver gets taken down very well by Ollie Wines, but he'll get the free kick out of the middle of the ground. That was a pretty poor decision in my opinion, but free kick for Melbourne will get the first clearance of tonight's match. Just pulling up the chat, guys. Sorry, hang on. So he goes out wide, he finds Viney, and Viney drives it forward here for Melbourne. Inside the forward 50, but Bergman cuts it off. Playing pretty well, Miles Bergman played really well last week. Probably his best game for Port Adelaide. Bit of talk of him leaving the club at the end of the year. He just goes in short, goes out wide. He finds Mackenzie, and Mackenzie goes in short as well, finds Bonner. Bonner goes in the middle of the ground with a great-looking kick. Finds his teammate, finds Dan Houston, and Houston goes out towards the forward flank for Port Adelaide. Stephen May came in, but it was a good mark from McEntee. Immediately played onto Zach Butters. Little kick in short inside the forward 50 and finds Jeremy Finlayson. Good start here for Port Adelaide. Great movement there from Port Adelaide to move that ball forward. And a real big start here against pretty much one of the premiership favourites at the moment in Melbourne. It'll be a great start here for the Power. Tough angle here for Jeremy Finlayson. About a 60-degree angle, 45 metres out. He comes in for goal. Kicks towards goal. He's hooked it to the right, and he's actually has not scored. Poor kick there from Jeremy Finlayson, not going to lie. He's usually better than that. And he's a confidence player, so he'd like to have done a little bit better there. So Trent Rivers will take the free kick in the back pocket here for Melbourne. So Rivers goes long on the outer side wing to a pack of players. Alir goes up. He can't take it down. Van Rooyen from the back spores it down. Brayshaw without the helmet on tonight, which is interesting. Gave off the handball to Oliver. And Oliver torps the ball forward and it tumbles towards the forward 50. It was a good 70-metre kick in the end. And now the first player to get back there is Port Adelaide. First player for Port. Good kick. Finds Alir. So good start for Port Adelaide. On the outer side here, it's Alir. Looks like they're going to switch the play. Goes back to Bergman, and Bergman's going to switch the play. So now Porter on the move towards the left side of the ground, towards the commentary side. It goes to Mackenzie, and now Palpepper takes the mark. Looks in board and plays on. A little bit weird to do that, but he actually finds a good option. He finds Farrell. Always a good ball user here, Kane Farrell. Has the ball in the middle of the ground. Decides to drive it towards the forward 50. Up goes Lord. Can't bring it down. Tap towards players. It scrambles around. Grundy gets the ball off to Lever. And now calm, cool, and collected as Stephen May finds Salem. So Salem for his first game of 2023. Good kick out wide to Van Rooyen. He missed the ball, but he'll get a high free kick. So Van Rooyen gets the free kick here on the wing for a high free kick against Bonner. Be very good this year, Van Rooyen. Probably would have not really expected to find himself in the team, but with Ben Brown out of form a little bit and Tom McDonald, he's found himself in the team pretty regularly. Now Hunt has the football, goes in short, and he finds Cade Chandler. Great play there from Melbourne to get the ball forward. New to your channel, how you going, Coast Club? What are you up to today? So Cade Chandler has the ball inside the left forward pocket, and he's got 50 metres here. So Dan Houston's given away 50, it seems. So Cade Chandler, for a really hard kick in the left forward pocket, has got 50 metres and he'll take it directly in the goal line. So this will be the first goal of the game here for Melbourne. Cade Chandler comes in, kicks the goal, and a good start here for Melbourne. It was a free kick off the ball, so let's see how that one worked out. Hopefully it's actually worth a free kick and not just some little ridiculous free kick. So he's in the pocket. Houston and Gawn are fighting for each other. For that? That's ridiculous. That is a shocking decision. To cost a team a goal, that is freaking bullshit. Anyway, Back in the middle now, Lysette has the football, handles it out wide to Butters, can't grab it. Houston comes through, can't get rid of it. Goes with a nice little handball to Lysette. Now Butters off to Rosie. Rosie always seems to have a lot of time with the football. Goes long inside the forward 50 to a pack of players. Lord knocks it down nicely. But Burn-Jones picks it up. Good tackle there from Brayshaw. He's tackled well there. Burn-Jones. It'll be another ball up. So good tackle there from Brayshaw. Inside the forward 50 for Port Adelaide. Back in the ruck now. Grundy grabs the arm of Finlayson. Nothing doing. Goes down to Langdon. Nice little play to May. Now Salem just jams it on the boot and kicks into the middle of the ground. Coming through is Gorn. Probably drew to mark that in the end. Alir knocks it out. Nice play there from Pickett. Gets it to Petrarca. Somehow breaks one tackle but can't break the second. Well done there from Travis Boak. He gets the free kick. So Boak goes in short. Finds Butters in the middle of the ground. Nice kick. He's been good early. So Zach Butters, kick to the top of the 50. Great kick, and he finds Ollie Wines. Great kick. So Ollie Wines actually plays on, goes a little bit wider, and he finds Riley Bonner. Not much closer. About probably 48 out, really. It's not. I don't know about that option. Ollie Wines was 50 out straight in front, and now he's gone to Riley Bonner on the outer side flank, about 48 metres out. So we'll see how this goes. Been in and out of this team for quite a while, Riley Bonner. Just can't find himself a lock-in spot here at half-back. He may have a bit of an opportunity tonight, so he has to start well. Kicks towards goal, Riley Bonner. Leaves it out to the left. It won't make the distance. On the line. Spoiled in the air. Still in play. Lysette knocks it down. Out the back for Pal Pepper. What a goal! Umpire's call touched. I'm unsure why. It looked like it was goal of the year contender, this one. So umpire's call is touched. Sam Pepper kicked that over the top of his head. Where's the touch? That's a goal. That is a shocking decision. That is obviously a goal. That's a goal from Sam Pepper. What a goal to start the game. That's a shocking decision from the umpire. Where the hell did he see that was touched from? But a great goal there from Sam Pepper. Ruined a great celebration by the umpire there, but great start there for Port Adelaide. So it's a goal each here at Adelaide Oval. Kicked it over the top of his head. And we had a few contenders for goal of the year this year with Ashcroft, Charlie Cameron, and now Pal Pepper. Nice little goal there. I don't know if that will compete, but it'll definitely be up there for goal of the week. I still don't get why that was called a touch. That was nowhere near touched. Like, I mean, I get it if it's a close decision, but the umpire called touch when there was nothing to even see that. So that was poor there from Melbourne. Usually they're pretty good in the air, but somehow stayed alive, and Port Adelaide get there first. In the ruck now, Gawn gets the football, handballs it to really no one in particular. Willem Drew will get the clearance here for Port Adelaide. Just thuds it up in the air to really no one in particular. McEntee in a one-on-one does nicely to keep in front. Gets a little ricochet off to Bonner. Bonner goes inside the 450 with a great kick. Chopped to the arm nearly for Port Adelaide. Boak comes through, can't get rid of it. Great tackle there from Lord on Hibberd. Boak out to Evans. Evans snaps towards goal, and umpire's called a free kick for Hibberd. So it'll be a free kick for a hold against Ollie Lord. It was a pretty tough tackle. He may have held on a little bit too long, which is fair enough. I guess if you're going to tackle, make them earn it. So it goes out wide to a one-on-one. Langdon didn't take the mark, but gathered it on the ground nicely to Spargo. Spargo spins out of trouble to Salem, back to Spargo. Now Spargo out on the wing. Goes in short to Langdon. Actually a pretty nice looking kick. And he finds Langdon true centre wing on the commentary side wing at the moment. So now Langdon goes towards the forward 50 here for Melbourne. Tom McDonald back in the team, nearly went near it. Now Brayshaw got his helmet back on. Goes towards the top of the goal square. Pickett can't pick it up. Does well there, Farrell on the ground. Pickett dives in, try to get it out of there. Does well in the end, McDonald. Can he get boots a ball? He can, but he can't dribble it home. It just goes through for a point. So Melbourne just in with the behind there. So Farrell will take the kick in here for Port Adelaide. Pickett nearly smothered that. He goes out towards the outer wing. Finlayson and May. May spoils it away. Fritsch can't gather. Petrarca, great tackle there from Drew. In through Bonner comes through, but great tackle there from May. It just bombled out of there. A little bit surprised it wasn't a free kick. Now gets it out of there. Rosie does nicely. Gets it back to Jonas. And looks like Rosie will get a free. No, it's going to be a throw. Free kick to Bailey Fritsch. And Connor Rosie's not too happy. Got a couple of early free kicks here. Melbourne. So now Fritsch with a blistering kick inside the forward 50. Does well there, Horne-Francis to come across, but Clayton Oliver gathers it. Snaps it towards the top of the goal square. Up goes Pickett. Spargo probably marked that, but I think Pickett's given away a free kick for an unrealistic attempt. He has. So it'll be a free kick to Kane Farrell. Pickett went up for glory, but couldn't bring it down with him, unfortunately for him. So now Port Adelaide goes in short. He finds Jonas, and now Williams. Been pretty good this year, Williams. Found himself in the team in round against the Swans and as a sub, and he's actually been able to hold his spot at half-back since. He's done very nicely. So long kick, can't be marked there by Hibberd. Gets it off to Salem. Now Bowie. Bowie over the top, over to Langdon. Does well with Rosie to cut it off. Now Salem from behind drags him down over the line. And he's out of play. It'll be a throw in, but Salem started pretty well. First game of the season, and he started nicely. So Gorn knocks it down. Horne-Francis just bumbles it a little bit. Eventually gives off the handball to Williams. Williams, nice little kick underground there to Butters. So Butters has time. Goes in board. Great kick. And he finds Willem Drew. Couple of runners beside him. Finlayson's one of them. Finlayson gets the football. Drives it to the top of the goal square. Over the top comes May with a nice spoil. Finds Hunter. And now Hunter with an underground kick to a 2-on-1 in Melbourne's favour. It was actually quite smart. Now Fritsch handballs it inside to Brayshaw. Great tackle. Great pressure from Port Adelaide. Coming through is Burns-Jones. Good tackle from Fritsch. Now diving in there is Brayshaw. Bergman tackles well and be a ball up. Good start for both sides. Port Adelaide have kept the pressure. Melbourne have looked good as well. It's been a great game of footy so far. Back in the ruck now. Gorn somehow got the tap out there. Butters dives in, does nicely. Finlayson now kicks it inside the forward 50. Does nicely there, lever, but good pressure there from McEntee. Bowie comes through, breaks 3 tackles brilliantly, and then to Salem. Salem almost threw that out. Hunter ducks out of trouble. Kicks it down the wing to a 1-on-1. Does well there, Jonas, but only spoils it as far as Pickett. And now Melbourne can go. He's got a little bit of space. Handballs it to Van Rooyen. And now they work it forward here with Oliver. Nice little kick over the top to Petrarca. Great mark. Just takes it in front of Horne-Francis. Petrarca plays on. Kicks it inside the forward 50. It looks like it was touched off the boot. No, it wasn't. And somehow Langdon's taken the mark. A true centre-half forward. About 48 out. Langdon has the football. He's got Salem on his left. Looks like he'll just hold it up for now. He's looking for a couple of options, but he doesn't really have too much to go to. So now he looks like he's going to set up. Still 11 minutes to go in this first quarter. Pretty low scoring start, but both teams have definitely brought their A game tonight. So Ed Langdon. 48 out. Plays on. Kicks towards goal. He's left it out to the right and goes through for a point. So second blemish for Melbourne tonight. Pretty hard kick from there. Looks like Ed Langdon was running out to the right to try and get some extra distance, but he couldn't get much on it. That cost his accuracy. So now McKenzie will have the kick in. Goes long on the outer side to a 2-on-2. Palpepper out the front. Nearly took the mark in the end. Does nicely there, Farrell. Read that well. Gives out the handball to McEntee. Now Bonner. Right at the back to Palpepper. Now he drives it long towards a 1-on-1. Burton's playing forward tonight. Couldn't gather it. Does nicely through the pack here. Burns-Jones. Out to Butters. Spins out of trouble once. Twice. Does nicely. Butters. Butters kicks it inside the forward 50 to the leading Lord. And it's great play from Port Adelaide. Led by one of their best this season in Zach Butters. Gets the congratulations of his teammates. And that was brilliant there from the young Zach Butters in the number 9. Great play. Just spun out of 2 tackles. Melbourne could not grab him, and Lord with a great little lead. Against his opponent, who's much more fancy than Stephen May, does nicely here, the young man. So now Lord. He's kicked 2 goals in his 4-game career. To kick his first of the night. Kicks towards goal. He's left it out to the right, and he's kicked it behind. So both teams missed a couple of easy opportunities early. So Christian Salem started nicely. He'll have the kick in here, the kick in duties here for Melbourne. Definitely one of their best kicks in the team. So Salem comes out to the left hand side and kicks it long on the outer wing to a pack of players. Houston goes up, can't bring it down. Jonas tries to claim the mark. Definitely was nowhere near it, and the umpire will call for it. So the umpire here will throw it up. Lysette and Gorn and Lysette both block each other really. Oliver comes through nicely, kicks it forward. Here comes Grundy. Great pick up in the end. He rounds out to the right-hand side. Does nicely to Fritsch. Fritsch on his right foot. Does very nicely with a great little kick. He finds Spargo. So Spargo has the footy now. Wheels around and kicks it inside the forward 50 with a blistering little kick. Oliver cut it off, though, and couldn't bring it down with him. Drew handles it to another turnover. Spargo has time, handles it through, trying to get to Oliver. Does well there, Bergman. Pushed in the back there. Ollie Wines plants the call. Rosie over to Williams. Gets it down, almost got a high one. Does nicely in the end, and then it will be another ball up. Really good crowd out at Oval tonight. It's good to see. Back in the ruck again. Gorn knocks it down. Oliver can't get the kick away. Does nicely there, Rosie, but actually turns it over back to Oliver, who jams it inside the forward 50. Up goes McDonald, can't bring it down, and now Williams breaks away and thumps it out of the defensive 50. Just kicks it out to the outer wing, and Bowie will get back first for Melbourne. Wheels back right on the right foot and kicks it right to the 50. It's a great kick, finds Lockie Hunter. So Hunter now goes into the pocket. Petrarca's all on his own in the pocket. Kick wasn't that good to him. Houston comes through, handles it back to Williams, back to Houston. And Port Adelaide live to see another day. Great play there from Port. Long kick down the wing, great kick, and he finds Ollie Lord. So Lord gives off the handball to Wines. Great tackle from May. Still gets off the handball, though it was Wines. And now Melbourne try to fight it back through Chandler to Bowie. And now Melbourne, bad handball in the end. Salem has to go catch it. Handles it underground to Clayton Oliver. A great tackle from Drew. And it's out of bounds. Clayton Oliver looking for a free kick. Umpire's not seeing it. It'll be another ball up. It'll be a ball in on the outer side. Looks like Willem Drew's going to Clayton Oliver tonight. Maybe with a run with roll. Looks like it's raining a little bit at Adelaide Oval as well. You can see a lot of the crowd putting on their ponchos right now. So it's definitely starting to come down a little bit. Probably raining throughout the night. Back in the ruck now. Petrarca dives on top of it. Could be in trouble here. He dragged it in. And the umpire is more than happy to give it the free kick. Free kick for Port. Willem Drew will get the free kick. Clayton Oliver's not too happy. Christian Petrarca's not too happy with that one. But there's not much you can do about it now. Willem Drew has the free kick. So Drew kicks it into the pocket here. Up comes a leading Lord. He's looked good early. Can't bring it down. Gets out the handball, but it just goes out of bounds. Looks like Lord is the option they're looking for early tonight. Really coming down now, the rain in Adelaide Oval. It's not supposed to rain too much tonight, but I think it will come on and off at stages. Teeming down Adelaide Oval, in fact. Lucky I'm inside here in Adelaide. Back in the ruck, Gorn thumps it 30 with that hit out nicely. Only goes as far as Houston. Drew can't pick it up. Sock it off the ground there from Rivers, and it looks like he'll get paid. Oh, it wasn't deliberate. Ooh. To be honest, I don't think it was deliberate, but I thought it was just going to be paid anyway. How it's been this season, but anyway, not doing anything there. Be another ball in. 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Gorn knocks it down, coming through Chandler. Gets knocked down to Rosie's foot. Now Neil Bullen can't get away. Willem Drew and Bergman tackle him to the ground. It'll be another ball up. Back in the ruck again. Gorn started good early. Can't get it down there to Rivers. Lysette fights for it hard, but Petrarca does nicely. Off to Oliver. Oliver kicks it out wide. Rolls and tumbles towards the boundary line. Grundy keeps it in nicely. Handballs it backwards to Hunter. Hunter trying to struggle a high one. Couldn't get rid of it. Back to Oliver. Does nicely. Now Rivers has the football. Kicks it inside the forward 50 for Melbourne. Leading up was Bailey Fritsch. He can't get there. And it's just fisted out. And it'll go out of bounds inside the forward 50 here for Melbourne. Great spoil there from McKenzie. It was a brilliant cut from behind spoil. It looked like Bailey Fritsch had that one all day, but he just worked himself hard to get to it, and he knocked it out of bounds. Back in the ruck now. Knocks it down. Coming through is Oliver. Now he breaks one tackle and gets the kick away. Top of the 50, top of the goal square. Fritsch comes across, can't bring it down. Neil Bullen leaves it behind. Bergman probably got a high one. Play onto the call. Through to Neil Bullen. He tries to get it across the ground, can't do it. Now Langdon slips over. Great tackle from Williams. He should be gone here. And the umpire cooks him. He's dead. Free kick to Port Adelaide. Great pressure there from Port. Really good start to this game. Both teams looking good early. So Williams will have the free kick in the back pocket. Kicks it long down the wing with an absolute floater. Petrarca should have marked that, but left it behind. Butters comes through. Sockers it off the ground. Little play. Now Pal Pepper handballs it away. Really not much doing there. Rivers gets the handball away nicely, but only as far as Rosie. Rosie handballs it out wide to Bonner. Now Bonner just thumps it forward. Just tumbles forward to Butters, who's had the ball on a string early. And now a nice little kick finds Pal Pepper. And Francis Evans has about a litre of blood coming out of his eye. He's going to get the ball here and he just takes it out. Because he knew he was going to come off, so he just came off there with the blood. He has a huge amount of blood coming out of his top, above his eye there, Francis Evans. Jesus. Anyway. So it went out of bounds, so it's on the centre wing here, on the broadcast side. In the ruck, Grundy wraps around Lysette. Got a little bit lucky not to give away the free. Houston, back to Wines, back to Houston. Good play, Port. Now Houston has the football, goes in short, nice little kick, and he finds Rosie. Butters has got a little bit of an opening here. About 68, he actually tells him not to go to him. So Rosie drives it long. Just gets to about the line of the 50. Coming across there nicely was Hibbard, and he takes the mark. So Hibbard, first intercept mark for Melbourne for the night. Hibbard has the football. And he goes long down the wing. So to a one-on-one. Coming across was Van Rooyen, couldn't bring it down. Grundy, great tackle. Brings it across now, Van Rooyen over to Oliver. And now Langdon. Langdon kicks it inside the forward 50 here for Melbourne to a 2-1-2. Fritsch. McDonald tries to bring it down, can't do so. Houston on the ground does nicely to Butters. Butters right back to Farrell. And now Williams has the football. Goes in short to Aaliyah. And it's a great kick. He's got Travis Boak over the top. He's got two players inside. Decides to go short, finds Rosie. Still 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Rosie goes over the top, finds Butters. So now Butters plays on immediately. Feigns the handball. Breaks inside. Eventually does handball to Ollie Wines. And now Wines goes inside the forward 50. And it's a great kick. Travis Boak just floating back and takes the mark. 45 metres out. Probably about a 50-degree angle. Great movement there from Port. Butters has really been good early. He's already had 10 touches, Zach Butters, along with Clayton Oliver. Both players have started off brilliantly in this game. Leading all comers for the AFL Fantasy, by the way, is Willem Drew, because he's had 6 tackles. That's really good to see in this game. Looks like Port Adelaide actually turned this one over here. So now Brayshaw turns it over back to Boak. Now Rosie has the football. Jams it inside the forward 50. It's coming across there was McVee. And he just takes it out of bounds. So that was probably deliberate, but he disguised it well enough. And it'll be out of bounds in the forward pocket here for Port. So both teams have had a lot of inside 50s in this game. Melbourne have had 12, Port Adelaide 11. And just because I think the rain has set in a little bit. The rain has calmed off a little bit here, but it is going to be dewy for a little bit of time now before the ground eventually will run off. The rain will run off. Back in the ruck. Grundy plays for the free, can't get it. Butters out the back, does nicely. Horn Francis over top to Drew. Drew coming through, probably bumbled it out of there. Well, good pressure there from Brayshaw, and now Melbourne gets the turnover. Neil Bullen handballs it. Now Hunter soccers it across the ground out wide to Chandler. Chandler eventually grabs it and kicks it out down the wing with a great looking kick to Fritsch. So Fritsch doesn't have too many options. Has the one leading player in McDonald. Just overrun it a little bit. So out the back now, Rosie to Aaliyah. Aaliyah kicks it down the wing to a one-on-one. It's Rivers and McEntee. Rivers does nicely to fist it down. Now Fritsch handballs it over the top, basically to Neil Bullen. Neil Bullen works on it to it nicely. Now Hunter has an option in short. It goes to Fritsch. It runs behind him. And now Chandler from the pocket. He's just kicked it out on the full. Don't know about that option there from Cade Chandler. Could have been going for glory, but wasn't a very good option. A left footer in the left forward pocket was going to find it very difficult. So Kane Farrell will take the free kick in the back pocket here. So now Farrell goes long down the wing. To Lysette, who comes across, can't take the mark. Horn Francis on the ground does nicely. Works through, gives it to Burn Jones. Now Pal Pepper, Port Adelaide are surging now. He kicks it long towards the forward 50. May and Finlayson. May just dropped the mark. Lever works back onto it nicely. Handles it to Viney. Breaks the tackle of Burton. Kicks it down, but it's turned over immediately. Williams feigns one handball forward. Now goes out towards the middle of the ground to Kane Farrell, who drives it back inside the forward 50. Up goes Burton, can't bring it down. At the back is Finlayson, on his right foot, kicks towards goal. Then Port Adelaide have their second. Don't kick many goals, Finlayson on his right boot, but he'll be more than happy to nail one there. Good goal there for Port. They take a 5-point lead. Great work from Port. The crowd goes up as one. And they've got their second Port. So back in the ruck now. Grundy thumps it forward. Actually will run onto his own hit out. And then handballs it forward. To no one in particular. Boak will get back first. Handballs it to Farrell. Farrell. Great little kick over the top to Drew, who plays on immediately. He kicks it towards the leading forward 50. But it's cut off nicely there from Rivers. So Rivers takes the mark. Kicks it inside. Terrible kick. He's turned it straight over to Rosie. And Port players are everywhere. Including the last goal kicker, Finlayson, who takes the mark inside the forward 50 here for Port. That was poor there from Rivers. He took a brilliant mark to cut off the kick inside the forward 50 and then just didn't get off the... I mean, it came off the mark quick enough, but he had an option in pick it inside, but the kick was way too low. Easy for Rosie to cut it off and then kicks it inside the forward 52. A free Finlayson. So Finlayson now to kick his second. Comes in towards goal. He's left it out to the left, and it's gone through for a point. Port Adelaide probably being the better of the two teams so far. Probably should be maybe a goal or two more in front at the moment. Stephen May will take the kick out here for Melbourne. Drives it long on the outer wing to a 2-on-1. Coming across nicely with McDonald. Just couldn't bring it down. Houston waited for the traffic to run past him. Gives off the handball to Lysette. Now McKenzie drives it inside the forward 50. If it gets out the back, they're away. But great spoil there from May. Does well there, Burn Jones, to push Salem under it. Now tries to get back onto it here. Burn Jones just surges it forward nicely. McEntee tried to look for a high one, didn't get it. McVee, great play over to Viney. Now Oliver, and now May kicks it long. Down the wing to a 2-on-1 again. Great play there from Houston, but it only sports it as far as Chandler. Now Horn Francis does nicely to get the football. Nice handball from Lysette. Back to Drew. Winds back to Drew. Kicks it inside the forward 50. Burn Jones is probably taken high there from Grundy. Nothing doing. Will be another ball up inside the forward 50 here for Port. 38 seconds to go in this first quarter. Port Adelaide, I just think, have settled in these conditions just a little bit quicker than Melbourne. So Grundy in the ruck, can't bring it down the tap. Eventually tries to get the clearance away. He can't get rid of it. Horn Francis comes through strongly. Gets out the handball to Wines. Wines to Butters. Just left it behind there, Butters. Eventually came back for it. Back to Wines. He handballs it back to Horn Francis, who got a high one. And he'll get the free kick here, Jason Horn-Francis. And Jack Viney, they go to him very quickly. And he's given away the free kick. So Horn-Francis will take the free kick on the siren. Got a bit lucky there, Horn-Francis. He did have his head down, but he definitely left his shoulder out to try and get a high one. I think it's probably there, but we've seen a lot of it. It's something they probably shouldn't have in the game as much. But Horn-Francis now to kick Port Adelaide's third of the quarter. And to give him a 2-goal lead. He kicked 7 goals in his career, 27 games. Obviously, he was a big recruit in the off-season for Port. So Horn-Francis to kick Port Adelaide's third of the quarter. He comes in to kick Port Adelaide to a 12-point lead at quarter time. He does. And the players get across to him. A great quarter there from Port Adelaide. Against one of the premiership favourites, they take a 2-goal lead into quarter time. So quarter time, guys, Port Adelaide lead 3-2-20 to Melbourne 1-2-8. So I'll just bring up the statistics in a second. Jesus Christ. Willem Drews had 7 tackles in a quarter. Holy shit. Calm down, bro. He's always been a tackling machine, though. Willem Drew always been a tough player. Alright. Alrighty guys, so quarter time, we have the leading disposal getters on the ground. Zach Butters leads all comers with 12 touches. He's had a brilliant start to this game. With 11 touches, we have Rosie and Oliver. 9, we have Farrell, and then taking out the top 5 is Ollie Wines with the 8. And then for fantasy watchers out there, we have Willem Drew with the 53, Butters with the 36, Rosie with the 35 along with Clayton Oliver, and 30 for Dylan Williams rounds out the top 5. Second quarter's about to get underway, guys. Everyone's getting back to their positions. What I think's being best on ground at the moment is probably Zach Butters. I know Willem Drew's got more fantasy points, which, I mean, I know a lot of people don't really understand or don't care about, but yeah. Zach Butters has been by far best player on the ground. Every single time he's used the ball, he's used it effectively. In Melbourne, yeah, it's probably Clayton Oliver, probably best player at the moment. But now they're back to the game, and the second quarter is now underway. And it looks like straight out of the ruck, it's going to be a free kick to Port. So Lycett will get the free kick here in the middle of the ground. Immediately handballs it to Houston, and now Houston drives it inside the forward 50 for Port Adelaide. Up goes Burton, can't bring it down. Comes down with Salem, and now Salem kicks it out of there. Thumped away there from Chandler. Drew comes through nicely, gives it off to Butters. Butters to Rosie, and now Rosie wheels around on the right foot and kicks it inside the forward 50 into the pocket. Up goes Burton, who brings it down. Great mark from Ryan Burton. He's moved forward in the last few weeks, Ryan Burton, and he's looked okay, and that was really good play there. So Ryan Burton, the kick is first for the night, kicks Port Adelaide's fourth. He comes in, 25 metres out, and kicks the goal. So Port Adelaide take a 3-goal lead early in the second quarter. Jesus Christ. Learn how to type, Dylan. Jesus. So a pretty contentious free kick in the middle of the ground, but Port Adelaide take advantage of it and get there first in the second quarter. They've started off very well in this game, Port Adelaide. They've got to keep going, though. They're playing a very formidable team in the Melbourne, who really haven't had the best record here in Adelaide. Especially even this season, they played in gather round against Essendon and had a shock loss. Back in the ruck, though, Gawn wins it down. Willem Drew somehow breaks away and just turns around on the right foot with relative ease, kicks it towards the forward 50, and Sam Powell-Pepper takes the mark. So Powell-Pepper takes the mark on the 50. He'll have to kick it further than that. He plays on, though. Kicks it long towards goal. Will it get there? It gets to the line. Burton comes across. Can't bring it down. And Lever, last line, thumps it out of bounds. So back in the ruck now. It's Gawn and Finlayson who's taken the ruck duty in the forward line. Gawn can't bring it down. Salem comes across. Gackled well there from Burn-Jones. Bowie and Finlayson can't get it out. Pickett looks for the high one and he looks like he's going to get it. No, he didn't. Got a bit lucky there, I think, Pickett. Got a bit unlucky there, Pickett, sorry. And it won't be a free kick, so in the pocket still. Another ball up. Gawn wins it down. Oliver comes through, can't kick it away. Salem does, but kicks it straight into a Port player. Evans gets out the handball. Powell-Pepper gives it off to Bonner, who kicks it to the top of the goal square. Can't bring it down. Good spoil away there from Hibberd. Now Gawn kicks it away dangerously, and he's turned it over. Dan Houston takes the mark. So Dan Houston takes the mark about 40, 45 metres out, straight in front. And Melbourne are under siege early in this second term. Yeah, I already said that, Richo. I'm better. I'm too quick for you, Richo. So Dan Houston to kick Port Adelaide's fifth. It kicks towards goal. It fades to the right, and it's going to stay out there for a point. So they've had a couple of troubles in this game for set shots, Port. They've kicked a couple of goals, but they've also missed a couple of pretty gettable shots. So May will take the kicking duties for Melbourne. He runs out towards the left-hand side on the commentary side and kicks it long. Down the wing to a 2-on-1. Houston comes across and thumps it forward with a spoil. Powell-Pepper does nicely. Bonner tackled well there from Chandler. Oliver gets the hands free out to Chandler. And he looks like he's thrown it. Oliver's not impressed, but he's given away the free. So Rosie will take the free kick. Kicks with a low dart to Burton, but it goes over the top of him and May takes the mark. Stephen May will take the mark. Goes to the wide kick to Salem. He makes him work for it, but does take it just before the line there, Christian Salem. So Salem goes long down the wing to a pack of players. Across comes Miles Bergman. And he takes a great mark. I think it's Miles. Maybe that's his brother. I don't know. But it's Bergman anyway. Bergman goes long back to the forward pocket. Burton shoves his player underneath it. And Brayshaw can't bring it down and takes it out of bounds. Is it Miles? I can't find his name. Who cares? It doesn't really matter now anyway. So back in the ruck now. Umpire throws it in. Gawn taps it down. Coming through was Viney. Can't bring it with him. Brayshaw leaves it. Taps it forward a little bit. Pickett does very smart play. Little tap onto Gawn. Back to Pickett. Now gives it back to Salem. Great smother there from Burn-Jones. Salem handles it underground there to Rivers. And a great tackle from Butters brings him over the line. Port Adelaide's pressure in this game so far has been brilliant. And the crowd are loving it. That's a great smother there from Burn-Jones. Obviously made his career as a half-back to a back pocket player. But he's moved forward this season, and he's actually played really well. He's probably... The reason why he had to move in this team was because of Dylan Williams coming to the team playing brilliantly. So now Bonner may have dragged that in here. He could be in trouble. Trying to get it out of there, and it's a weird ball up. Gets a reprieve. So back in the ruck, Gawn tries to thump it forward, only as far as Rosie. Gives it off to Bonner. Bonner kicks towards goal. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It's gone. Just missed. Should have really kicked that there, Bonner. That would have given Port a good lead. It's still 20 points, but Melbourne can definitely claw that back if they just can get some of their gameplay going. So Salem will take the kick in here for Melbourne. Doesn't have many options, so he's just going to have to drive it long yet again. Van Rooyen overruns it. Coming through nicely, there was Butters. Just taps it over the top to Drew. Now gives it off to Rosie. Come out, gets the kick away. Bumbles around Bogue. Got a bit of a hard hit there. He goes down. He's still down at the moment, Bogue. Back in the play, though. Oliver gets it out to Drew. Now Butters hairballs it. Not to anyone in particular. And now Langdon cuts it off to Gawn. Back to Langdon. And now Brayshaw works it to May. And May goes in short. Finds Van Rooyen. Travis Boak still hasn't got up here. He's got big hit on him. He's getting up slowly. He looks like he'll be okay, but at least 3 doctors have gone to him. Long kick is poor though, and we are marked to Houston in the wing. So Dan Houston takes the mark. So as it happened, Travis Boak got a hit to the back there from Viney, and I mean, if anything, that's probably a push in the back, you would think, but wasn't paid. Long kick there from Houston and cut off well there from Stephen May. He's probably been one of Melbourne's best so far as well. He goes in short, he finds Rivers. So Rivers now doesn't have too many options, so he just goes in short, he finds Bowie. Bowie's got Rivers on the run, he goes it straight to him, and now Rivers wants a bit of a run in this game. So Rivers goes down the wing, kicks it out wide, great kick, finds Chandler. He's been okay so far, takes the mark on the wing and drives it inside the forward 50 with a nice looking kick to Bailey Fritsch, who takes a good mark. Long way out though, he's a good 48 metres out, and he's got a tough angle. So he's about a 40, 50 degree angle here. He'll be touching the boundary line in a second when he's in his run up. But he's been very good with set shots this year, Bailey Fritsch. He's kicked 11 goals for. Always been a very good kicker goal, Bailey Fritsch. Can he convert here though? This is a big one here for Melbourne. He comes in. Looks pretty okay though for Bailey Fritsch. Will it get there? Just gets to the goal square. And Bergman just runs it through for a point. No, he doesn't. Play on's the call. Horn Francis gets taken and eventually he gets it through for a point. So he didn't take it through there, Bergman. Port Adelaide just get away with it. So Mackenzie will take the kick in, goes in short, he finds Williams, and eventually he goes long down the wing. McEntee, looking for a free, doesn't get it. Out the back, gets off the handball. Palpepper just thumps it forward. Nice little play. Finlayson taps it to Burn-Jones. Chandler can't keep with him. Oliver, great tackle. Brings him down. Palpepper and McEntee fight for it. Can't get rid of it. Wines coming through. Great pressure there from Melbourne. Great play there from Houston to come across with a nice little bump. Evans can't bring it with him. Houston gets taken down. Now Melbourne will get the football. Rivers now kicks it out wide to the wing. Depending on the bounce, it will depend on who gets the football. Jonas gets back first, but leaves it behind. Eventually does get back to it again. Spargo, good tackle on Jonas. And it'll be a ball up on the outer wing. So for all that hard work from all teams, it'll be a stoppage. So now back in the ruck, Lysette does nicely. Butters gets the football, handballs it out to Horne-Francis. Has heaps of time here, Horne-Francis. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Great kick, he finds Bonner. Bonner usually a pretty good ball user. Has it on the left, has it right in the middle of the ground. Has many options. He goes long with a low dart to McEntee. Can't bring it down. Eventually gets the handball away. Nice work, Bogue. Back to McEntee. That wasn't so good. Just taps it away. Does nicely. Butters may have been taken high. Gets at the handball forward. Nice play to Lord. And now great tackle over the line there on Evans from Lever. So it's in the forward pocket here for Port. Melbourne just holding strong here in the past few minutes. So back in the ruck, Gawn gets the tap down to Oliver. We'll call that down many times more tonight. Butters down to Evans. And now Houston snaps towards goal to give him another one here. Port Adelaide, he does! Great goal from Dan Houston. And Port Adelaide have their 5th. Port Adelaide got the last 5 goals of this game. And they're looking the goods at the moment. So Melbourne have got a free kick now for... Oh my god. My connection's just shit itself, guys. Hang on a second. Alright, I got it back now. Oh, good. So, yeah, Gawn will take a free kick in the forward 50 now because... sorry, not Gawn, but... That's not a free kick. That is so shit. Fucking hell. Whatever. Anyway, goes long with the kick inside the forward 50. Can't bring it down. There was McDonald. Grundy gets tackled. Dropped the football. Should have been pinned. Blounce the call. Horne-Francis breaks away. Poor handball though to Farrell. Somehow breaks past 2 Melbourne players and kicks it out of there. Long kick into the middle of the ground to a one-on-one. May brings it forward. Drew comes through, keeps it in front of him, does nicely. May, good handball over to Viney. Now to Brayshaw, and now Rivers can kick it inside the forward 50. Takes a couple of steadying steps, then kicks it in short. Poor kick, though. Left it behind, though, Farrell to Fritsch. Now gives it back to Rivers. Rivers over the top to Van Rooyen. Now Van Rooyen kicks it towards the top of the goal square to a 2-1 here in Melbourne's favour. Aaliyah, great spoil against the 2 to Farrell. Breaks past 2 Melbourne players and Aaliyah will not get through for a point. Great play from Aaliyah. It was a 2-on-1 in the goal square there for Melbourne, and they still couldn't get a goal out of it. So Williams will take the kicking duties here for Port. Goes long out towards the wing. May can't bring it down with him, and it looks like he's going to get a free for it for some reason. So Stephen May gets the free kick here for Melbourne. But a couple of contentious free kicks in this game so far. He goes long to the pocket. Coming through nicely was McDonald. He can't bring it down. Good play there from McKenzie. Now Horne-Francis. Somehow gets the handball away. Out to Houston. Over the top to Drew. Drew's got time. Tries to break the tackle there of Petrarca. Probably should have been pinned for it. Well back hard to get the football to Wines. And now Port Adelaide can go through Burnt-Jones. He kicks the ball forward to Lord. Lord dives in. He's going to get a free kick against him here. Contact below the knees against Ollie Lord. Can't do that anymore, unfortunately, for him. So Lever will get the free kick, gives it off to Rivers, and now Rivers drives it inside the forward 50. Coming across there was Grundy, can't bring it down. Spargo, high fend off on McKenzie, doesn't get the free kick. Thought a free kick was paid, play on to the call. Now Van Rooyen comes through, kicks towards goal, has he got it there? No. So Melbourne have had a couple of opportunities in the past few minutes to get back in this game, but they've messed them up. So Dylan Williams will take the kick in short, nice little kick to Farrell. Oh, Brayshaw almost went over the mark there, but it won't be paid. So Farrell has the ball in the back 50. Doesn't have too many options. He'll go out wide. He finds Bonner. So Bonner has the football now. On the broadcast side, right on the defensive 50 line. He looks like he's going to switch it back to McKenzie. So now McKenzie goes to Aaliyah. Now Port Adelaide have got some space. Aaliyah has time. Doesn't have many options. So he just goes long to a 2-on-2. Coming through was Bow. He probably got taken without the football there, but eventually cool play on Drew. Kicks it inside the forward 50. May can't get to the football. Lever does nicely. Gives it off to May. And May tries to kick it out of there. Great mark there on the wing there from Horne-Francis. That was tough. So Horne-Francis immediately goes in short. Nice kick, finds Rosie. Rosie takes the mark directly on 50. He may well have the distance in here, Rosie, but he gives it off to Farrell. Farrell winds up from 55. He gets a nice little bit of distance on that one, but Hunter knocks it through for a point. Well, Melbourne, they've got to show some character here. They've got to show something because at the moment, Port Adelaide are running all over them. So Stephen May plays on a little bit, plays on, and now goes in short. Nice little kick. He finds Petrarca, who's been a bit quiet in this second term. He plays on now, goes long down the wing to a pack of players. Coming through nicely was McDonald. First time he's been sighted tonight. Great mark on the wing. He's going to have to get into this one. McDonald plays on now. Goes long towards the forward 50. Up goes Grundy. Can't bring it down though. Left it behind and then didn't get the handball away. Finlayson thumps it away, but it was poor. Gives it to Chandler. And now Chandler snaps it inside the forward 50. Houston sits under it. Probably should have got a high one there. And he does. It's actually Ollie Wines. That's great play there from Ollie. And it looks like Fritsch is not too impressed. So Lira is standing around and pushing around. I mean, what is that? That's more of a free kick than the other two against... for the holding, bumping crap. Whatever. Anyway. Ollie Wines has the free kick in the back 50. Goes long to Horne-Francis. Can't bring it down. Palpepper just let it go behind him, unfortunately for him. Brayshaw gives it off to McVee. Now if they give it off to Spargo, they're away. Spargo has heaps of space, heaps of time. Goes a nice little leading kick to Bailey Fritsch. Cool, calm, and collected there from back Spargo. Finds Bailey Fritsch, who's all reliable. Should get Melbourne second here. So Bailey Fritsch had the 6 touches, but yet to score tonight. He did have one set shot, but didn't make the distance. Should kick this one. 25 metres out, pretty much straight in front. Bailey Fritsch just sneaks it in. So Melbourne finally get their second goal. And can they cause a bit of a comeback here, late in this second term? It's actually it's still just under 8 minutes in the second term, actually. So there's still a bit of time here. Currently, at the moment, leading ball getters on the ground is Connor Rosie with the 16 touches. And for Melbourne, it is Clayton Oliver and Stephen May, both with the 12. At the moment, I'd probably say Stephen May's been best for Melbourne at the moment. He's probably kept them in it to an extent. So back in the middle now, the umpire throws it up. Lysette knocks it down, coming through with Butters, left it behind. Now Brayshaw gives a nice little handball off to Grundy. He just dropped that. Play on to the call though. Brayshaw drops it. Now Houston to Butters. Great little handball over the top. And now Port Adelaide can go through Rosie. Has heaps of space on the wing. Goes long kick inside the forward 50. Burton can't bring it down. Almost held the arm of Lever. Now May drops it. Hibberd almost threw that away. McEntee comes through. Gets his hands free nicely. Gives off the handball to Butters. Butters can't keep it with him. Just sockets it off the ground. Somehow gets to Horne-Francis, who gets tackled well from May. It'll be a ball up inside the forward 50, about 30 metres out from goal here for Port. So back in the ruck. Grundy just thumps it away, not to anyone in particular. Palpepper can't get it away. Does well there. Ollie Lord tries to get the kick away, smothered. Now Grundy just thumps it away there to Langdon, who's just kicked that out of bounds. That is 100% deliberate, and it will be paid. Free kick will go to Zach Butters in the pocket here for Port. And he's been in very good form recently, Zach Butters. But it's a very hard kick from here. He's about 40 out, right in the pocket. Oh, he's probably about 40 out, to be honest. This would set the Adelaide Oval alight here if Zach Butters can nail this. So Zach Butters to kick his first of the night. Comes out to the right a little bit. Kicks towards goal. He's hooked it and hasn't scored. That's out on the full. So Jack Lever will have the free kick in the back pocket. He goes long towards the outer wing. Gawn goes up, led up from behind us nicely. Now Bullen gets the football. Coming across was Oliver. Now out wide to McVee. Takes a few little steps and kicks it down the wing, but he kicks it on the full. So it'll be a free kick to Port on the wing here. So Dan Houston will take the free kick here for Port. 6 minutes to go in the second term. Plays on, and he goes long. Inside the forward 50. Horne-Francis in a one-on-one. Coming through nicely there was May. Gets the nice little spoil there with Pal Pepper, and Oliver just takes him out of bounds. So back in the ruck now. Gawn. Didn't really get the tap there, but it gets out the back to Langdon. Good tackle there from Pal Pepper. It'll be another ball up. So they're probably just 60 out here from Port Adelaide's goal. Back in the ruck, Lysette knocks it down. Petrarca can't gather it. Houston out to the back to Butters. Can't gather it, but eventually gets it from Drew. Now Butters hooks it back in the middle of the ground. A great looking kick. Finds Williams. And this is the player that Port Adelaide want to be leading to. Williams goes on his left boot. Kicks it inside the forward 50. Not even looking at it was Clayton Oliver. That is absolutely terrible. And Ollie Wines will get the free kick. And the Port Adelaide fans give it to him. That was poor from Oliver. That is... he knew he was going to give away that free kick. And why is he even acting like he shouldn't give away the free kick? That is 100% in the front, like a front-on contact. So Ollie Wines in the forward pocket to kick Port Adelaide sixth. He's holding that left goalpost and it fades to the left in the end. Another point to Port. They're playing a very good side in Melbourne, and they may not be at their best at the moment, but they've still got to put them away. So they may rue at the end of this game to miss a lot of these chances in this game so far. Stephen May has the kicking duties here for Melbourne. He goes long on the commentary side wing. It stays in the centre square though. Gawn comes across, can't bring it down. Out the back, Butters eventually gathers it, feigns a handball, eventually kicks it inside the forward 50. Leading up was Finlayson, can't bring it down. Now fisted away out of defensive 50 is Melbourne, and now Petrarca over to Viney. Eventually gets it to Hunter, and now Hunter goes long down the wing to a one-on-one. Grundy can't bring it down. Aaliyah does very well there to Williams. Williams over the top, nice little handball to Butters. Butters goes inside, that was touched, plans the call. Wines gets off the handball. Burne-Jones can't bring it with him. Hunter does nicely, gets tackled well by two power players, and it'll be a ball up. So 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this second term. Port Adelaide lead it by 19 points. Lysette knocks it down, can't bring it with him though. Brayshaw, nice little handball over the top to Oliver, who somehow gets the handball back to McVee, but turns it over to Horne-Francis. So it looks like Port Adelaide are going to free kick. A little bit downfield here, about 10 metres, not much doing. But it will be a free kick to Travis Boak. So Boak now goes into the forward pocket to a one-on-one. It's Lord and May, does nicely there. May to get the spoil away. Butters comes through. Can't bring it with him though. Lysette gets pushed under it. Now Petrarca kicks it out of the defensive 50. Bergman and Van Rooyen in a one-on-one. Bergman does very well. Gives it off to Farrell. Farrell goes out wide. Finds Burne-Jones. Port Adelaide just got to find a little bit more system when going forward here. He gets a little lead here from Burton and he finds him. So just taken out of the outside the forward 50 here from Ryan Burton. Don't know if he has this distance in him, but he looks kind of confident. And the teammates are telling him to go for it. So Ryan Burton has gone forward in the last few games. Charlie Dixon obviously being out as well has made a little bit more of an option for Port. He comes out to the right, kicks it towards the top of the goal square. A couple of players will go up here, and Grundy goes almost uncontested, takes the mark. So Brodie Grundy gives off the handball to May, and May just has to get rid of it hastily. Goes long to Gawn, but Lord comes across and punches it out of bounds. So it looks like Porter targeting Max Gawn tonight. And he doesn't look too impressed about it, Max Gawn. Port Adelaide have targeted him in the past, like giving him bumps and whatever. He's got maybe a free kick or two already tonight, which have been pretty weak if I'm not going to be honest. Grundy knocks it down to Brayshaw and he goes long down the wing. Aaliyah, great body pressure, but McDonald comes nicely through. Gives it back to Oliver. Oliver, nice little handball back to Hunter. And our Hunter goes long, but it's a poor kick. And it goes on the full. Great pressure from Port. 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Aaliyah will have the free kick. Port Adelaide deserve a better lead than 19 points. Aaliyah plays on. He goes long down the wing to a 2-on-1. It gets out the back. Oh, he left it behind though, Evans. Hunter does nicely back to May to Oliver. Oliver, great handball to Hunter. And now Melbourne can finally go. But it's a poor handball. That should be deliberate. He's got no one in the vicinity, hardly in the vicinity there, but he gets away with it. So on the wing here for Port, they've had 11 more inside 50s in this game. Both ruckmen had a hold of each other, and the umpire says, "Well, let it go." Brayshaw kicks it inside the forward 50, and Fritsch takes the mark. He's one man who can lift them. He's already got one tonight. 2 minutes to go before half-time. Melbourne can get this back to within 13 points if he gets this one. So Bailey Fritsch, 45 metres out, bit of a slight angle, kicks towards goal. It looks pretty nice. Has it made the distance? You bet it has. Bailey Fritsch gets another one for Melbourne. It's back to 13 points. Zach Butters has currently had 23 touches in this game. He's on track for over 40 at this stage. He's played brilliantly so far. And Melbourne's best, I think, has definitely been Stephen May. They've been under surge in defence so far in this game, and he's somehow still been able to hold their defence strong. Jake Lever's yet to take a mark in this game, so you know Stephen May's really stood up if they're only down by 13 points. So it looks like Brayshaw is going to give away a 666 ruling, so they're going to get a warning here, Melbourne. So back in the ruck now. Grundy and Lysette. Grundy gets the tap down. Viney, nice little tap onto Grundy, but Lysette cuts it off. Lysette taps it out of there. Petrarca, they're tapping it around, but no one really gets a good, clean handball away. Oliver tackles the Boak, and it'll be another ball up. Just over a minute to go in this first half. Back in the ruck now. Lysette taps it back. Couldn't get it to Butters. Eventually just thumps it forward again. And then Drew just kicks it off the ground inside the forward 50. Gets pushed off at their Lord. May does nicely. Drops it though. And now Port Adelaide can surge it forward. Rosie with a kick across the 50. And it's a great pass. Finds Riley Bonner. And Bonner goes over the top. Finds Burn Jones. So 30 metres out. Pretty much with about a 40-degree angle. Burn Jones goes back. And that was pretty poor there from Melbourne. Stephen May had no support whatsoever. And Port Adelaide just surged on it. Melbourne were too busy looking for the handball and not giving him any sort of help. And then Port Adelaide just came in with that great pressure. And now Darcy Burn-Jones to kick Port Adelaide's 6th goal of the game. So Burn-Jones comes in. Kicks towards goal. He's hooked it a little bit. Does it hold the line? He's hit the post. Port Adelaide deserve a much better lead going into half-time, and it looks like, sadly for them, 14 points may only be the only lead they hold. 18 seconds to go. Stephen May will take the kick in again here for Melbourne. He comes out to the commentary side wing. They've done a lot of this at Melbourne in this first half. Goes long to Fritsch, can't bring it down. Out the back, Petrarca gets beaten well there from Horn Francis. Bailey Fritsch tries to sock it off the ground, but now Gawn breaks past 2 tackles. Kicks it long. If it gets a mark, either a chance. On the ground does nicely Bergman. He kicks it out towards the middle of the ground, and the siren will sound to indicate halftime. So Port Adelaide will take a 14-point lead going into the long break. At half-time, Port Adelaide lead 5-7-37 to Melbourne 3-5-23. Bring up 2-6 now, guys, and then we'll get to half-time. Alright, so at half-time, guys, we have leading disposable getters on the ground, all comers, is Zach Butters with a massive 23 touches. He's on track for 40 plus if he keeps this up. He's been brilliant in this first half. Connor Rosie with the 18. Stephen May with the 16, probably been best for Melbourne. He's been brilliant. Ollie Wines with the 15, along with Clayton Oliver, takes out the top 5. And then for the AFL Fantasy Watchers out there, we have Connor Rosie with the 70. 68 to both Drew and Butters. 60 to May. And then tacking out the top 5 was Dan Houston with the 52. We'll be back at halftime, guys, and make sure to keep on watching the stream. G'day, guys, and welcome back to the Boundary Riders podcast. We're now at episode 11, and we just finished round 9. A pretty big round, this one. We saw Richmond cause an absolute upset against Geelong. Fremantle beating Sydney in Sydney. And it looks like Port Adelaide may be staking some claims for a top 8 position, as well as the Adelaide Crows winning both their games in round 9. But we saw most of the games this week, and I think there's a couple of big changes coming through. I think that a couple of clubs may be missing finals now, and a couple of clubs may be pushing for a final spot after a disappointing 2022.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see a bit of a separation between the clubs that are going to make it and who aren't, and some people, just the really low teams that are just going to get beaten badly in some games, I think.
Yeah, I think especially... I think there's even a point now where there's a 15 club push, and then there's 3 clubs that are just way below bar.
Yeah.
North Melbourne, Hawthorn, and West Coast. And we're seeing 2 of them play this week, which will be very interesting, but I think it's going to be a very big struggle for any of those 3 clubs to do much this year.
Yeah.
And I don't even think any of them... Because we do see sometimes later in the year, these clubs maybe just pull out a little bit of an upset. I can't see any of them doing it.
No.
Because I don't think any of them... I mean, maybe North Melbourne if they can pull something together, but after round, 3 or 4, maybe against Carlton when they played okay, North Melbourne have not fired a shot.
Yeah.
I think they do have a chance this week, which we'll get into a little bit later, but I do think that those 3 clubs are definitely below par the other ones in the competition.
I think Hawthorn are more the one that could cause some upsets than North Melbourne or West Coast.
You think?
Yeah, I think
we've bottled them.
They're playing. I think they're playing better than the other 2, but it's them 3 and then the other 15 that are doing anything. So
yes,
it's pretty much the race for Harley Reid, who draft prospects think he's definitely number 1. So
a lot of people have already said that Melbourne may be looking to get down the draft because they've got like 3 picks in the first 30 or something. So
well, if I'm the 3 whoever finishes bottom, I'm not trading it. You're taking Harley Reid, who's probably the best player out of anyone. Him, and then there's like a whole... it's a huge different... Yeah, it's a different class after that, so...
Yeah, it'll be interesting who finishes bottom. I don't think... I don't think Hawthorn will now. I don't think so. No. I think they'll probably... I mean, we'll get into the tip. We're not really going to do the tips now, but I do think Hawthorn will win this week against West Coast and be able to knock them away. But, yeah, I think that those 3 clubs are definitely vying for that wooden spoon. I don't think any of them are going to want the wooden spoon, but again, they would probably want the number 1 pick. And maybe a club would maybe want to trade some picks away to get a really good player. That may be something that they want to do. I think maybe a Hawthorn would want to do that, or North Melbourne. I'm not so much West Coast. I think West Coast would probably want to I think they should be looking for youth.
Yeah.
But I don't think... Well, maybe West Coast would do it to get more draft picks.
Yeah, and they might.
Yeah. But anyway, of course we get to this round, which is the first of two of the Sir Doug Nicholls rounds, Indigenous round for people who aren't in Australia, I guess, where we celebrate Indigenous culture and the Aboriginal people. And one thing which I think the AFL does quite well is we have a bunch of new and exciting jumpers which are designed by Aboriginal people in the community. And today I thought we'd actually look at them and we'll just give them a ranking out of 5 to 1. And I mean, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's not like we hate the people who designed them or anything like that. Nothing against those people, but I think it just would be a bit of fun to have a look and just rank them from 5 to 1. 5 being good, 1 being not so good. So we'll start with the Adelaide Crows. This was designed by April Napungari Campbell. And me personally, I actually do like the design. I do like the little dotted art around the middle of the jumper. I think the yellow, blue, and red actually started out quite a lot on this jumper. I'd probably give it a 4. I think it's pretty good. I like the Crows jumper here, and yeah, I think they've done a really good job here.
Yeah, I think it's pretty. I think it's okay. I think there's some other really good ones. I'd probably only give it about 3, but it's me.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough, and you're probably biased, so let's be honest. Next up, we get to the Brisbane jumper, designed by Des Headland, and Ash McGrath, both former Brisbane players, and then painted by Kevin Binder. I personally, now they've obviously got 2 kits here, one for the home and one for away. I do like the away one just a little bit more. I mean, the only little change is obviously the yellow background and brown lion. But I actually do like that one just a little bit more. I'm not too sure why. I mean, there are a couple of little dangers, but I think it's just a little bit more brighter. So I'll probably give that one 3.
Yeah, I really like the away one, which is the yellow one. I think it gives it more... it looks more sharper, in my opinion, than the brownish one, the maroon of the home one, I assume it's going to be. I'd probably only give the home one, I'd only give it 2. I think the brown in it just destroys it, in my opinion.
Destroys it?
Well, not destroys it, but I think that I think it's just more bolder with the brown lion than the maroon lion in the clash one than the yellow in the home one. I think the away one, I think I'd give it about a 4, close to a 5, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Next up, we get to Carlton. I actually really like this design. The only thing that I don't really like about it, and I mean, they had to have it in there, but it's actually the big Carlton emblem in the middle.
It seems to destroy it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like, it's got so much good things about it.
Yeah, all the designs. And then just a big Carlton right in the middle. It just destroys it for me. By the way, this is designed by Russelina Mary. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. That's probably terrible. But I'll give it a 3. I think the Carlton bit in the middle just destroys it for me. But the actual design I really like.
Yeah, it's really bold, isn't it? Yeah, with the navy blue of it, it's really bold and...
Yeah, and I like the light blue on it as well.
Yeah.
But the sea ruins it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The actual emblem ruins it. So you'd probably only be about a 3. Yeah.
Fair enough. Next up, we get to Collingwood, which was designed by Tani Jarvis. It's just a bit boring to me.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It's very safe, I think, that it just looks... It doesn't like really change anything with the jumper, and I just wish it changed something a little bit more. So I'll probably give this one a 2.
You look at the white stripes. Is they even... I don't know. Is that... I don't know if that's just the graphics, but they haven't changed anything in the white, which I don't know what. I guess it's, I don't know, maybe they can't really do it. Yeah, but yeah, it just looks plain, simple. Probably a 1 in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
I just wish there was something a little bit more to do with it, but that's just me. Next up, we get to Essendon, and I actually like this design. I think it's supposed to be like a bomber or a hawk. Is it supposed to be an animal? Is it a? I think it's supposed to be like a jet, like a bomber, or whatever. So,
I like it though.
I do like it. Yeah, I like how they went with a grey instead of a black background. Like added the little black textures in the middle of it, and I think the red bomber or whatever it is looks really nice. So I'd give this one a 4.
Yeah, I'd give it about 4 as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty Yeah, I think it's pretty nice, this one. After that, we get to Fremantle. This is probably one of my favourite ones, to be honest. I do like the designs of how they've added the V. I like how they've changed the design for every single V on it, and they've got like the little I think that's supposed to be Tasmania down the bottom. I don't really understand why that's there, but I do like the little designs on it. I'd probably give it a 4. It's one of my favourite designs, not my favourite though, so I do really like it though, so I'd give it a 4.
Yeah, I'd give it about a 4 as well. Like, it's pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can't really say anything else. You pretty much said most of it.
Next up, we get to Geelong, and I'm not a huge fan of this one. Now, you can see in the back Tyson Stengel's wearing an away jersey of it. The home one, I'm not a huge fan of. I think it looks way too blue. Just because when I think of Geelong, I think of white and blue, not blue and white. And I like the away one a little bit better. If I had to give the home one, I'd give it 2. The away one, I'd give it 3.
Yeah, the blue destroys... Well, not destroy... Yeah, it just doesn't... It's not as a bold statement as the white one, in my opinion, that the Tyson Stengel's wearing. So... Yeah, I'd probably give the same rating, a 2 and a 4 for the home and away.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3, but fair enough.
Oh,
all good.
Yeah.
Next up, we get to the Gold Coast, and I really like the design of the Gold Coast one as well, but they ruin it again with the big GC in the middle.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like, you get the whole...
do they really need it? I mean,
the whole design of it is a sun. You can tell by that.
Yeah.
Well, surely it is.
I'd assume,
surely. Yeah. So, to be honest, I think with the whole... logos, I don't think you need the sponsors and all that in it either.
They'd be paid to put the sponsors on it.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
I just don't think they need the Gold Coast on it.
No,
per se.
It just destroys it.
Yeah, even if they just had the GC on it, like you just remove the red part of the have that as hollowed out. Just have the GC on it.
I think what they should have done is like all the sponsors and all that, even the Gold Coast thing on the back of it. Like the whole design of it would be so much bolder and so much better, in my opinion, more professional if you didn't have all the other stuff like the sponsors, the AFL logo, and even the Gold Coast one, especially in this one.
Yeah, I mean, from the design, if you remove the other stuff on it, I actually would give it a 5.
Yeah.
But with the GC on it, I'd lower it down to a 4.
Yeah, I think probably the same.
The Gold Coast do have some pretty good ones. They've had some good ones in the past.
Really good ones in the past. So
yeah, but I do think that I wish they did have at least the GC, at least on the back or something. I just don't like it in the middle because it does look like you said, it was a sun. It looks like the design would be really, really cool at the back as well to finish it off, but they've just got just had to chuck the GC somewhere. So yeah, but I do like it because there are other jumpers that don't have the logo in them, but that is, to be fair, they don't usually have it on their jumper to begin with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think it's a bit strange. But anyway, next up we get to the Giants. I don't mind this one. I don't know. I feel like every single time they go with white, like they just make it a white jumper, and I always see the Giants as green and the charcoal color. Sorry, not green. I'm thinking the 2 greens on their team, the orange and charcoal color.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna give this a. I do like the design, but yeah, the color scheme I'm not the fan of, so I'd give it a 3.
I like the colour scheme of it. I think some of the past ones with the white, it just doesn't make any sense. But I think this one with the white in it does make it more bolder, in my opinion. So I'd give it more of a close to about 4.5 in my opinion.
Yeah, fair enough. After that, we get to the wrong thing I clicked. Idiot.
No, because there's a different...
Oh.
Yeah.
Next up, we get to Hawthorn, and I'm not a big fan of it just because the hawk face really scares me.
The hawk face doesn't look right, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't fit the design of the hawk just for me. I don't mind the bottom part of the jersey. I think it actually looks quite nice. It's just the hawk bit in the middle kind of sits a bit strange.
You see the one that's bit in the top right, and that's a more better.
Yeah, I don't know why they just didn't. I don't know why they just didn't make that the big hawk.
Yeah, it's like they wanted to put a head of something for it.
Yeah,
the head, and it just doesn't. Like even you see the emblem of the Hawthorn club. It's that's a better one than I think the face of it.
It looks like someone like if this was a real thing, it looks like someone broke the hawk's neck and faced it that way.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't look like a natural sitting hawk. I think the one in the top right hand corner actually looks a lot better.
Yeah.
So I do like the design of a lot of the like around the hawk, but the hawk itself I'm not a big fan of. So I'd give this one a 2.
Yeah, I'd give it about 2 as well.
Next up, we should have we've got Melbourne. Melbourne's next. I really, really, really like the home jersey. It's one of my favourite ones actually, but the light blue just it is their away jersey. It's just not their colours. They're not red and light blue. They're red and dark blue, and it just sits a bit strange for me. I'd give the first one a 4.5. The second one I'd give it a 2.
Yeah, I just don't get the Clash one. I don't know.
Do they play someone in the Clash game? They must have to play someone, surely.
I think they're going to wear it this week against Port Adelaide. I think.
Maybe that's what it is. I mean, I guess that's kind of fair because Port Adelaide are dark.
We're not going to go through Clash Guernseys and all that. We can go here all day with Eddie, but
yeah,
I like the home one for Melbourne. I think that give it 4.5.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we get to North Melbourne, and to be honest, I think this is one of the worst ones.
Yeah, I think it is too.
I don't understand what that thing in the middle is. I think it's supposed to be... I mean, I know it's supposed to be a football ground, but it looks like a weird-looking potato.
It doesn't look like... It doesn't... No disrespect to the person who designed this, but to be honest, it looks like a child drill. I'm sorry, it does. I don't mean any disrespect, but the oval in the middle of it doesn't...
But like, they've had so many good ones in the past, and plus their emblem, their animal promotion, whatever, is a kangaroo. You can make so many designs around the kangaroo.
It's so bold, and
I just don't understand why they just decided to put a big potato in the middle of it. That you can see on the little bit on the left, to the bottom left there, you can see a little kangaroo. I just don't understand why that wasn't like the forefront of it.
Yeah.
And why it's a weird looking AFL ground. For one thing as well, it's shaped oval, but it's shaped the wrong way oval. The boundary lines are wider than the goal side, which whatever.
I don't know.
I'd give this one a 1.
I'd give it a 1. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it. And like you've got, I can't.
Let's just move to the next one. Next up, we get to Collingwood.
Yes, it looks like Collingwood. Eddie Maguire.
We get up to the Magpies, and I'm a bit surprised that Collingwood added the teal to. Alright, I'll stop. To be honest, I do like the design of the Port one. I do like how they've got a big magpie in it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that. I think it's a fuck you to Eddie.
I'd like to see Eddie Maguire clash with this one because it looks... I know.
I do like the design of it. I do like how they've added the teal in it as well.
Yeah. And all 3 Burgoynes, I think, had all 3 generations of Burgoyne had an influence in this Guernsey.
That's fair enough.
So, I really liked it. And I think it's one of the best Port Adelaide ones that they've ever done.
Yeah, Port Adelaide have had some pretty poor ones in the past, to be honest. A lot of them have been, like, very black with a little tiny bit of teal in it and a tiny bit of white in it.
Yeah.
This one I do like. I'd probably give it a 3.5.
Yeah. I'd probably give it a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. After that, we get to Richmond. I do like the Richmond one. I get that they're supposed to be like yellow and black this game because they're like the away team in the Dreamtime at the G game. I feel like they've just had some better ones in the past. That's just me. I do like the design. I just feel like they've had better ones in the past. So I'd give this one a 3.
Yeah, I'd give it about a 3 as well. It's just... I do really like the yellow in it.
Alright guys, so third quarter is about to start. Port Adelaide have dominated this game so far, really. But Melbourne are still in this game. They kicked... Bailey Fritsch got his last 2 goals of the second quarter. So Melbourne are definitely still in this game. Only 14 points. The weather has dried up a little bit, so it's not too wet out there at the moment from what I could see. Living pretty close to Adelaide Oval, it's not raining too much down here at the moment. So, 14-point lead to Port Adelaide going into the third quarter. Umpire's about ready to bounce it down. And there we go. The third quarter is underway here at Adelaide Oval. So in the ruck now, Butters comes through, taps it forward to himself, does nicely, and then kicks it long towards the forward 50. It bounces in there nicely. Lord comes through, tries to get a handball away, and then eventually handballs it to Ollie Wines. Gives it off to Burn Jones. Great tackle there from Grundy. Should be gone. No, he's given away a sling tackle. So a free kick will go to Burn Jones. So Grundy gives away the free kick. Burn Jones will take the free kick just outside forward 50. So Burn Jones kicks it towards the top of the goal square. Sets himself, can't take the mark. Now Viney, tackled by two power players and brings him down, be another ball up. So now back in the ruck. Grundy tries to tap it down to his foot, does nicely. Palpepper soccers it, Lord! Gets paid the mark. Great play there from Palpepper. Nice little soccer off the ground, and it will be a mark. 15 metres out, straight in front, and a chance here for Port to get the first of the second half. It is raining a little bit now at Adelaide Oval. Not too much. It's just a bit of a drizzle, if you'd say that. But a great play there, just to surge it forward. It is coming down a little bit more now. Ollie Lloyd, he's missed one early tonight. A chance now to give Port Adelaide a 20-point lead. 15 metres out, straight in front. Ollie Lord comes in, kicks the goal. Port Adelaide get the first of the second half. Great goal from Port Adelaide. Ken Engley coaching down on the bench tonight. He's been doing that a bit this season. Getting a little bit more talk to his players as they come off the ground. And he's been... This has probably been a bit... I mean, they have to make finals. That's just a must for Port Adelaide if he keeps his job. And he's definitely started off the season well. So back in the ruck now. Grundy knocks it down. Oliver was definitely held by Horn Francis. That'll be a free kick to Clayton Oliver. So Oliver plays on. He has the football, goes long towards the forward 50. One-on-one here. Jonas gets taken out of it, dragged out of it by the jumper. He's lucky he didn't get a free kick there, Jonas. A free kick against him there, McDonald. But he does take the mark, and he's been very quiet tonight, Tom McDonald. So he needs to get one. He needs to get one in the second half just to get his game going. To Tom McDonald. 30 metres out, straight in front, kicks towards goal and kicks Melbourne's first of the second half. They're right back in it, Melbourne. They're staying with Port Adelaide just enough. Back to 14 points. I'm a little bit surprised that wasn't paid for a hold, because we have seen that paid in the past. If that was a defender doing that, that would have been a free kick to Melbourne. To a forward. It gets taken high there, Lyset out of the ruck, play onto the call. Horn Francis gets a little soccer off the ground, will get the clearance. Christian Salem plays for the free kick, but Viney gets the football and kicks it long on the outer wing, gets an unlucky bounce to roll out of bounds. Port Adelaide, Port Grand Final, I say Pies versus Hawks. Fly high Hawks. I don't really understand. I think you're drunk, bro. But anyway, Lyset just spikes it forward, coming across nicely with Salem. He just lets it nearly bounce out of bounds. And then unluckily there for Bowie, gets the ball socket into his foot and it rolls out of bounds on the full. So Butters will get the free kick. Goes long inside the forward 50 into the pocket. Rivers lets it out the back. Finlayson will get there first. Breaks past one. Can he kick the goal? Great drag down tackle from Rivers. And is holding the football. Free kick to Melbourne. Finlayson thought he had a goal coming there. But Trent Rivers came from behind and dragged him down, holding the football. So now Rivers goes long outside of the defensive 50. It's a poor kick though. Rain is tumbling down a bit more now. Farrell tries to come through, but good tackle there from Neil Bullen. Be another ball up. Just outside the forward 50 here for Port. Back in the ruck. Grundy just gets a little tap on that one. Hunter tries to get the clearance. Eventually does off the ground. Petrarca needs to lift in this game. Gets the handball. Now Brayshaw coming through. Handballs it backwards. Handballs it to Hunter. Now over the top with a weird looking handball. Butters will get back first. Has time. Brayshaw tackles him from behind. That's holding the football. Melbourne have lifted. Play onto the call. Oliver running inside the forward 50. Neil Bullen leaves it behind. Tackle. Drop the football. Play onto the call. McDonald handballs. Now Petrarca's left it behind. That should have been gone. Horn Francis kicks it out of the defensive 50. Goes to Butters. Butters, nice little handball over to Boak. And now Boak goes down the wing. Lysette's running for it, but May ran straight past it. Just got a fist to it and knocked it out of bounds. So just on the centre wing on the outer side. Not drunk, I know footy. I know the D's having the two best rucks in the comp isn't fair. It isn't fair. Great tackle there from Viney. Knocks him down, a bit of the ball up. Grundy knocks it down. Coming through was Ollie Wines. Gives off the handball to Houston. He kicks it back into the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick. McEntee can't take the mark. Bowie just sockers it out wide. And Grundy takes the mark. Good play. So now Melbourne have the football on the wing. Grundy has the football. Plays on with no men on the mark. And goes inside the forward 50 to a pack of players. Bourne's the one. Can't bring it down. Williams gets out the handball to Houston. And now Houston has time. Smothered well. Keeps it in the forward vicinity here for Melbourne. Boat gets the football. Snaps it across his body. Almost turned it over. Eventually did. Oliver back to Salem. And now Salem drives it back inside the forward 50. Play onto the call out the back. It's a torn one in Melbourne's favour. Will it keep inside? Fritsch does keep it in. Gives it to Spargo. Spargo almost threw that out. Now Petrarca breaks the tackle. Dribbles it towards goal. And it's just gone across the face. Could almost been goal of the year there. For would have been Melbourne's goal of the year by far so far in this game, in this season. That was a brilliant chance. That was wrong. Sorry, just fucked that up. Don't mind me, dickhead. So Houston goes long on the outer wing to a one-on-one. Finlayson can't bring it down. Now Rivers tries to give it out nicely. Now Boak over the top and Port Adelaide can go through Pal Pepper. Steps and now kicks it inside the forward 50. Just tumbles it to a 2-on-2. Lever can't bring it with him. Lord has the football. Has a bit of time. Gives it to Burton. Burton gives a handball back, but it's a poor handball. Gives it to Rivers. Now Brayshaw can't gather it. Rivers gets back first. Great little pick up off the ground. But a great tackle from Burn Jones brings him out of bounds. So they're in the forward pocket here, Port. Teaming down at the Adelaide Oval. I'm lucky I'm in Adelaide and at home. Actually, I probably would have gone tonight because if my brother wasn't working, because he's a Port supporter, but anyway. Back in the ruck now, forward pocket here for Port. Bad throw in, but Grundy gets to it first. Tries to get a kick away, doesn't do much with it. Handballs it towards the boundary line. Great pressure there from Port, knocks it out of bounds. Oh, my neck, fuck. So, about 40 metres out from Port Adelaide's goal. Umpires ready to throw it in. Good crowd for a game that's been infested with rain most of the night. Umpire lobs it in. Grundy taps it backwards nicely to Hunter. Hunter just jams it on the boot, but it's a poor option. And cut off there by Zach Butters. So Zach Butters about 45, 50 metres out. He's had a massive night, Zach Butters. He's been Port Adelaide's best by far. Poor option there from Lockie Hunter. He had to kick it towards the boundary, but he hooked it somehow over the top of his head, and he turned it straight over. So Melbourne have caused they're starting to come back a little bit in this game, so a big chance here for Port Adelaide to get one back. He's had 28 touches already, Zach Butters. He's had a brilliant game. He'll kick just outside 50 is Zach Butters. to kick their 7th. Comes out to the right. Kicks towards goal. It's going to be a test if it's got the distance. You bet it does. Zach Butters kicks the goal for Port. They take a 19-point lead, and he loves it. Great kick from Zach Butters. He's been brilliant in the past few weeks of the season, playing a lot more midfield time. And that's a brilliant finish for your 29th touch midway through the 3rd quarter. Someone get this guy a job at Fox Footy. I'd rather it on 7, because I think 7's commentary is trash. But anyway, I appreciate that, Stephanie. Zach Butters leads all comers with 29 touches. Next best on the ground is Houston, Rosie, and Oliver, all with the 18. I think Melbourne need to seriously have a decision of maybe going to Zach Butters. I know they don't really like to tag, but maybe an option could be coming. Oliver gets the clearance, kicks it inside the forward 50. Now Farrell and Spargo can't get rid of it. Pickett sockers it off the ground. Only goes as far as Williams, who snaps it over the top of his body. Finlayson gets the football, taps it down smartly to Boak. Boak handles it inside now. Rosie has the football. Goes out wide to an option of Burn Jones. Burn Jones takes the mark pretty much on his own. Have you met any AFL players? I've met a few. When I was younger, though, when I was a young kid, I met Barry Hall, a lot of Swans players, because I'm a Swans supporter. He goes long and absolutely takes a mark uncontested there, Ryan Burton. Now, Palpepper tells him to settle down. It's a long kick from here, but he has roosted a couple so far in this game, Ryan Burton. He's looked pretty good as a forward. Hasn't played too much AFL too much of his AFL career as a forward, but played a lot of his junior footy as a key forward, Ryan Burton. So he's going to have to kick this on the 50-metre line. He's got a tough angle here, Ryan Burton. Kicks towards goal. He's hooked it a little bit to the left, and it's gone through for a point. So Port Adelaide take a 20-point lead now. So Stephen May will take the kick-in duties. Goes in short. He finds Lockie Hunter. Hunter gives off the handball to Hibbard. And now Hibbard goes long on the outer wing. Long to a one-on-one. Looks like it's going to be a free kick going to Van Roy. And Melbourne look like they're going to take the advantage here. Brayshaw takes it inside. Nice kick. Finds Spargo. So Spargo has the football. About 60 out from goal. Has a couple of options leading to him, but it's a poor option. Great smother on the mark there from Drew. Butters cuts it off. Oh, great tackle there from Butters from behind on Pickett. Now Port Adelaide come through. McEntee turns it over though. Spargo gives it to Langdon. Now Rivers can't get back onto his right foot. Onto his left foot somehow, breaks through. Oliver plays for the free, doesn't get it. Pickett drops it. And now Petrarca, strong ball, kicks the goal. Melbourne get one back. Back to 14 points. They just won't go away at the moment, the Demons. Drop one player, Travis Boak or Rosie. You drop Boak, even though he's been a champion of the club, because Rosie's the young in the future. So Melbourne, they're only down by 14, even though Port Adelaide have dominated this game in huge parts of it. But Petrarca, just strong, cool, calm and collected, kicks one back for Melbourne. Petrarca's been pretty quiet tonight, but he can definitely have his moments late in this game. Back in the ruck now, gone. Uncontested in the ruck contest, knocks it straight down to Petrarca. He's been good now. Goes long inside the 450 with an absolute tumble punt. Farrell fists it away. Coming across there was Horn Francis. Eventually gathers it. Spins around on his knees to give out the handball, and now Port Adelaide can break through Rosie. Rosie kicks it towards the forward 50 to a one-on-one. Palpepper gets a shocking bounce, but it gets out the back through Finlayson. He's got Burton, but it's a poor handball from Finlayson. Eventually gets the tackle off the lever, but then Gawn turns it over to Ollie Wines. Poor option there from Finlayson, but did well to cause the defensive pressure. And now Ollie Wines just settles a little bit. Travis Boak currently on the bench getting his ribs strapped, it looks like. And now Ollie Wines drives it inside the forward 50. Brayshaw and Drew coming through nicely. Now Evans gets ball to boot. Drew, nice little handball over the top. Palpepper fumbles it and almost gets a free kick. Viney coming through nicely. Sockers it off the ground. Nice little soccer move and slides across. Could be a little bit under the knees. Play on's the call. Now Melbourne takes some time. Hibbard goes long down the wing. Great spoil there from Aaliyah. And Bailey Fritsch gets a free kick. It's teeming down at the Adelaide Oval at the moment. You've got to give a lot of credit to the fans out there. There's a lot of them still staying in their seats in the pouring rain. But now Fritsch goes long down the wing to a one-on-one. Van Rooyen and McKenzie knocks it down. Neil Bullen can't gather it. On his knees is Butters. Does nicely to Drew. Horne-Francis over to Houston. Houston just jams it on the boot and kicks it down the wing. But Bailey Fritsch, good body, knocks Alir under the ball, takes the mark. So Bailey Fritsch on the wing. Goes long to a pack of players. Houston's one in front. Does nicely to tap it down. McDonald gets out the handball to Chandler. Chandler saps around on the left boot. And there's 3 players for Melbourne. They can raffle it. Van Rooyen takes the mark. So Travis Boak's actually been subbed out of this game. So Jackson Mead has been subbed in for Port Adelaide. Travis Boak will take a seat. Van Rooyen takes the mark in the forward pocket. And this is to bring it back to 8 points. Hasn't been this close for quite a while, Melbourne. But a big chance here for Van Rooyen, who's been very quiet tonight in the conditions. Snaps around the body, kicks his first. And Melbourne back to within 8 points here at the Adelaide Oval. Melbourne just staying close enough here. Port Adelaide will get nervous. They have been in some close games this season and have been able to hold on. We've seen against Sydney and Essendon this season they've been able to do so. So they're definitely not acquainted without this sort of performance. That was a shocking line. Sorry, that's why I'm not on Fox Footy. But anyway, he did get a hit to the back late in the second quarter, Travis Boak, and it looks like that may be the reason he's been subbed out. Back in the ruck, though. Lysette knocks it down, coming through with Viney. Did get the handball away, but the umpire calls for a ball up. Grundy knocks it down, coming through with Rosie. He eventually does pick it up. Almost got taken high there from Petrarca. Play onto the call. Pickett. Plays for the free, doesn't get it. Houston comes through, can't pick it up. Mead stays out of there. Houston does nicely. Gets the kick away, but Neil Bullen does nicely. Rides the bump and gives out the handball. Now Oliver drives it into the forward pocket, and they've got another free man. Christian Petrarca, who just went forward, just drifted forward, and a chance now to bring it back to 2 points the difference. Are you a Chelsea fan? I used to be. I don't really watch much Premier League as much as I used to. To be honest, it's the only jumper that I really had that was clean. So I was like, I'm sitting in a room with no heater. This is like my little back area where my partner puts me in. My little dungeon. No, she doesn't. It's not my dungeon. I have all my gaming stuff in here. So also have my streaming stuff. So Christian Petrarca has already kicked 1 this quarter. A chance now to bring it back to 2 points. He's in the forward pocket. Not an easy kick. Rain teaming down. Christian Petrarca has left it out to the right and he's missed. Big chance there for Melbourne. He has left it out to the right. Petrarca and Oliver both lifted in this game. Liverpool till I die, just like Hawks till I die. Fair enough, man. My brother's a huge Liverpool fan as well. He's already got a tattoo when they won the league and the Champions League a couple of years ago. Zach Butters takes the mark, goes in short, a dangerous looking kick, but he does get it to Dan Houston. So Houston takes the mark, just outside defensive 50. On the broadcast side, he kicks it long. Actually a really nice looking kick, and he finds Burton on the lead. True centre wing now, Ryan Burton. So Burton now comes around and kicks it long. Up goes Lord from behind, but great spoil from 4 deep was May. Viney comes through, can't pick it up. Williams just takes the tackle and looks like he'll be happy to take a ball up here. So it looks like as well that Jack Bowie right now is on the bench at the moment. Vizio's looking at him. They've still got James Jordan on the bench for the sub. Back in the middle. Rosie hooks it back into the forward 50 here. Burton does nicely with the body. Rivers been brilliant tonight. Feigned a handball and just broke into some space. Kicks it down the middle of the ground. Great kick. Finds Fritsch. Fritsch kicks it inside the forward 50. Pickett's leading back. Can he take it? He does. Pickett's been so quiet tonight. He turns around on the right boot. Kicks towards goal to play on. This would be huge. Back to 1 point the difference. Kosiah Pickett with a brilliant goal for Melbourne. He's been very quiet tonight. Farrell has held him well. But with a big moment. Pickett gets on the board. And it's back to 1 point. Hook should have never got rid of Burton. Yeah, they definitely lost that trade, didn't they? Wingard is fucking useless, isn't he? They fucking lost that trade. They could definitely use a forward right now, too. Great goal there from Keziah Pickett. And this game is right on a knife's edge. Melbourne have definitely lifted in this third term. Port Adelaide just looking a little bit sluggish at the moment. And just at the moment, I don't know why, but they look a lot more cleaner in this wet weather. When Port Adelaide looked like they knew how to surge the ball forward, but now they got one back, Melbourne. Back to 1 point. Gawn thumps it forward in the ruck. Oliver plays for the free kick, and he gets it. So Oliver gets the free kick. Right in the middle of the ground. He's got Brayshaw in short. He decides to go longer. Inside the forward 50 to a pack of players. Up goes Grundy from 3 behind. Can't come through. Now Viney gets smothered well, but gets out to Spargo. He breaks one tackle, snaps over the top of his shoulder, and Melbourne somehow find the lead out of nowhere. The Demons take the lead for the first time in such a long time in this game. So they take a 5-point lead, and that's not how you write that, Dylan. You need Segler back. You need a lot of players back. No offense. No offense, dude. I think Hawthorn. To be honest, I don't think they're the worst team in the comp at the moment. In fact, I think they're better than. They're definitely better than the West Coast and probably up there with North Melbourne. They should win this week. So Ken Hingley shaking his head at the moment, and Melbourne somehow have found the lead in this game. Hopefully we can draft an entire team in the mid-season draft. Yeah, fair enough. Back in the ruck now. Gawn gets tackled. That's holding the football. Umpire doesn't pay it. That was a shocking decision. Neil Bullen clears it away. Gets to Chandler's feet. He does nicely to get the handball back to Neil Bullen. Great kick towards the 50. Spargo drops the sitter though. Now Houston coming through. Leaves it behind. Great play there from Williams. He can't get rid of it though. Oliver almost threw that out. And now Horn Francis dives in, gets it away. Drew takes 3 tackles and takes them all to ground. So another ball up. 6 minutes to go in this third term. Melbourne have definitely lifted. They've taken the lead for the first time since early in the first quarter. Gawn knocks it down to Oliver, but can't gather it. Hunter comes through the stoppage, kicks it inside the forward 50. Jonas can't gather it. Van Rooyen stands behind him and will go out of bounds. Massive game tonight. Both of these teams fighting in the top 4 at the moment. Going into the round, Melbourne were second, Port Adelaide were 4th. Melbourne have kicked 4 goals in a row at the moment and have stunned Port Adelaide and stunned the fans. Back in the ruck. Lycett knocks it down to Rosie, who clears it away, but Salem comes across, takes a great intercept mark. Looks like Melbourne are going to switch it onto the broadcast side. Across to Lever. One of his hasn't taken many marks tonight, Jake Lever. He's been well held. So Jake Lever eventually decides to go long towards the 50-metre line. Across comes Van Rooyen, can't bring it down. Goes out the back to Wines, to Mead, and now Lycett. Has some time, kicks it down the wing with a nice-looking kick to Burn Jones. Can't bring it down, it rolls out of bounds. Jack Bowie's back on the field now for Melbourne. Still got James Jordan on the bench as the sub for Melbourne. Port Adelaide have subbed out Travis Boak for Jackson Mead. Still teaming down with rain at Adelaide Oval. To be honest, I'm only about a 10-minute drive away from Adelaide Oval. I don't think it's raining too much outside, but anyway. Back in the ruck now, Lycett. Knocks it down, thumps it forward. Coming through as Ollie Wines gets to it. A good tackle there from Petrarca and Oliver. Soccer's still going forward here for Melbourne, but a poor play there from Pal Pepper. Petrarca just bounces off of him. And now, great tackle there from Burn Jones on Rivers. Be another ball up. That was poor from Pal Pepper. He should have tackled, but he just bumped him, and Petrarca just didn't even seem like he felt it, to be honest. So back in the ruck. Gawn tries to knock it down. Drew comes through, smothered there from Petrarca, but now Horn Francis breaks past one tackle. Eventually kicks it inside the forward 50 to the pocket. Burton in a one-on-one. Pal Pepper, it's still in the pocket here. Lever just takes it out of bounds very smartly. Inside the pocket here. 5 minutes to go in the third term. Port Adelaide would love one back here. Get it back in front. Absolutely teaming down at Adelaide Oval. Gawn thumps it forward, and Oliver, who's lifted, he'll get a free kick downfield. That was poor from Pal Pepper. Frustrated, pushed him over. So free kick downfield for Port Adelaide. For Melbourne, sorry. So free kick will go to Tom McDonald. He plays on really to no avail, but eventually handballs it off to Oliver. He breaks past Lysette, breaks his ankles, and kicks it long towards the forward 50. Coming across there nicely was Jonas. Great body there from Alir, and Jonas was able to just come in front and take that easy mark. 4.5 minutes to go. Kicks it long down the wing to a 2-on-1. Lysette does nicely to bring it to ground, but then McDonald just completely threw that out. Port players are stunned that wasn't paid, but eventually it goes out on the full with the kick from Melbourne. It was Trent Rivers who kicked it out on the full, so Port Adelaide will get the free kick. So Trent McKenzie will take the free kick at half back here for Port. This game is on an absolute knife's edge. Melbourne have kicked the last 4 goals of the game. He goes long down the wing. Ollie Wines can't bring it down, but Zach Butters out the back. Tackled and taken way too long. Play onto the call, though. Now Viney thumps it forward to a 2-on-1. Fritsch can't bring it down. Jonas from behind spoils it. Miles Bergman will get the free kick. So Bergman will get the free kick. Oliver can't believe it, but he's just shocked he hasn't won a Brownlow yet. Anyway, I'm joking. Free kick to Bergman. He goes long to a 1-on-1. It's Finlayson and May. Finlayson nearly knocked him out of there, but Bowie goes with a short kick out wide. It's a poor option. Now Burn-Jones and Butters wanted it more, but it rolls out of bounds. Butters wants to drag his team over the line here. He's still fighting hard. He's going to half forward at the moment, Zach Butters. No, he's playing in the forward forward of the stoppage here. On the wing, just on the forward side for Port Adelaide, on the broadcast side. Just under 4 minutes to go. Lysette can't bring it down. Gorn does nicely. Just jams it on the boot. Kicks it down the wing. Who will get there first? Petrarca gets there first, does nicely, and handles it forward. Clayton Oliver read that like a book. He eventually plays on, kicks it inside the forward 50. You only read it first. He should get a free kick. Play on to the call. Fritsch wheels around on the left boot. Snaps towards goal. It's bending to the top of the goal square. Mead can't bring it down. Hunter, can he get one now for Melbourne? You beat us! Melbourne take an 11-point lead. Great finish there from Lockie Hunter. Unfortunately there for Jackson Mead, he just didn't hold his head. It was going to be a hard mark in the pocket in this teeming down rain. But he had to do better than that. And Lockie Hunter gets a goal for Melbourne. 11-point lead, 5 goals in a row. Port Adelaide are going to struggle to hold this Melbourne surge at the moment. They can't wait for... They want that siren right now, Port, so they can reset. Oliver, Petrarca have lifted in this third term. They haven't needed May so far in this third term. He played brilliantly in the first half. Arguably kept them in the game. And now we can just take a deep breath. That was great play there from Petrarca. I don't even know if he saw Oliver in the corner of his eye, but he just handled it forward, hoping that one of their players would surge forward. And it was Clayton Oliver, his mate, who got it forward. And Melbourne have given away a free kick here in the middle of the ground. It would have been for a 6-6-6. That's already got the warning. So Port Adelaide get a little bit of a chance here. He goes long Lysette, but it's a poor kick. Turns it straight over to Trent Rivers. Lysette's definitely at a crossroads in his career. He got himself back in the team this week, but they definitely have some ruckman in there in the reserves trying to fight for that spot. Goes long down the wing here. Rivers can't bring it down there. Was gone. Drew fighting hard as always. Can't get rid of it. Now it bumbles out of there. Bono just decides to get rid of it. Kick it forward. Pepper can't gather it and it just rolls out of bounds. Oh, shit. Christ. Pepper just jammed he's lucky, but he didn't break a leg there. He slid into the boundary and put his feet into the fence. Jesus Christ. He's lucky his leg didn't snap. Port Adelaide definitely need a lift in the middle of the ground at the moment. Back in the ruck. Gorn through Lysette out of there. He'll get the free kick here. Gorn, you watch. Gorn threw him out of there and then Lysette grabbed him to not go to ground. That's so shit. But anyway. Gorn gets the free kick. Goes in short. Salem leaves it behind. Didn't hold over it. Now Langdon handles it to Salem, who handles it underground and takes it out of bounds. James Jordan is on the field and he got a free kick for a high one. And the Power fans are screaming. The James Jordan has been subbed into the game here for Melbourne. He takes the free kick on the wing. He goes long to a pack of players. Grundy over the top. Coming across was Bergman. Can't bring it with him. Horn Francis puts it on the boot, but it's a poor option. James Jordan takes the mark. Who was the sub player? Hang on, I'll have a quick look. So it goes long inside the forward 50. It bumbles out of bounds eventually. Sorry. Who's the sub player? I think it could be Bowie, but they haven't set it on the bench. I think it is Bowie. Surely they wouldn't sub out Pickett. So back in the ruck now. Grundy plays for the free. May have got one here. That was poor from Lysette. He's definitely given away that one. So Lysette in the ruck with Grundy. I don't know. I think they should just let it go, to be honest. But anyway. He did grab his arm and he did wrench him down. That is a free kick. Lysette gives away another one. And this is for their 6th goal in a row here, Melbourne. Grundy, 30 metres out with a slightish angle, about a 30 degree angle, to give Melbourne a 17-point lead going into three-quarter time. He kicks towards goal, Brodie Grundy. Umpire barely moves. And Melbourne always silences the crowd here at Adelaide Oval. Big goal for Melbourne. Big goal there for Melbourne heading into three-quarter time. Trying to get a look of who got subbed out, but it still doesn't say. I don't know. I think it is Bowie. Or it's either him or Neil Bullen. So back in the ruck now. It gets a clearance out wide to the outer side. Lockie Hunter gets the football. Just dribbles it forward. But now Houston runs through nicely. Gives out the hand. What a Rosie who gets taken high. And he'll get a free kick for that. Lockie Hunter gives away the free kick. Rosie will get the free on the outer wing. He may be in trouble there, Lockie Hunter. Ooh. So Lockie Hunter gives away the free kick for a high one. He could be in a little bit of questioning trouble there. He goes long, Rosie. Grawn, 1-2, can't bring it down. Burn Jones can't get rid of it. Play onto the call. Pal Pepper tackles Rivers with Jones over the top, and it'll be another ball up. So it looks like he's got his fingernail that's got ripped off at the moment, Connor Rosie. Back in the ruck, Lysette knocks it down. Coming through was Butters. Can't bring it with him, though. He may get a free kick here, Zach Butters. In fact, he will. Zach Butters. He kicked one earlier in the quarter, but since then, Melbourne have kicked 6 in a row. There's 17 seconds to go. He'll kick this on three-quarter time. And to say that he needs this is an absolute understatement here for Port. He's been their absolute leader tonight, Zach Butters. And a chance here to bring it back to 11 points and give Port Adelaide every chance in the final quarter. He's had 32 touches in this game, Zach Butters. He's been brilliant. Had 8 touches in this third term. Sorry, 9 touches in this third term. So Zach Butters kicks towards goal. It holds a great straight line. Zach Butters kicks it. Umpire believes it's a goal. It's going to be reviewed on the line. The players don't look confident. Brodie Grundy has not touched that. Port Adelaide take a brilliant goal going into the final term. Zach Butters, what a brilliant finish from the young man. And Port Adelaide 11 points behind, but their leader tonight, Zach Butters, kicks a brilliant goal on three-quarter time on the three-quarter time siren. All right, I'll bring up the statistics now. Alright, so 3/4 time, guys. So the leading disposal getters on the ground. Of course, Zach Butters leads all comers with the 33 touches. He's been brilliant tonight. For Melbourne, we have, second off, we have Clayton Oliver with the 25. 23 to Rosie and Houston. And then rounding out the top 5 is Lockie Hunter with the 20. And then for the AFL Full Fantasy watchers out there, we have Zach Butters with the 117. Oliver with the 88. Rosie with the 83. Houston with the 81. And then rounding out the top 5 is Willem Drew with the 80. If I had to give the 3 votes right now, I'd probably be saying Butters with 3, Oliver with 2, I'm probably giving Lockie Hunter the 1. He's been brilliant in this game, in stages of this game, to be honest. Yeah, it's probably my 3 votes at the moment. Zach Butters has been absolutely brilliant. He's been best on ground, even if they lose this game at the moment, Port Adelaide. How much do you like Geelong 1 out of 10? There is a right answer. I mean, you didn't give me an option of 0. That's the right answer. I mean, I'm a Swan supporter, so not very much this year, not so much last year do I like them, do I? I'm not a big fan of them, though. On A&E. Footy on Fox. Yes, I fucking hate the Cats, but boo for being a Swan supporter. I mean, you're a Hawthorn supporter, so I understand where you're coming from. But on the other hand, I mean, we got beaten by yous. You won 3 in a row after we got Buddy Franklin. Do you want to take him back this season? We're at Hawthorn. Oh, I don't know. I think he played some really good years for Sydney. So the last quarter is about to get underway. Umpire thumps it down. The last quarter has begun. Viney plays for the free kick, couldn't get it. Houston just thumps it forward off the ground. First player to get there will be Jordan. He gives it off to Gone, too hot with the handball. Rosie gives off the handball to Drew, who comes through. Kicks it inside the forward 50 with a leading Lord, but he fell over and Lever takes the mark. So Lever plays on, handballs it backwards, handballs it to Brayshaw. And now Brayshaw hits it across his body. It's a poor option, and Drew cuts it off. So Willem Drew has the football. Eventually kicks it long. Inside the forward 50. Coming through as Lysette can't bring it down. Lord comes up with his hands. Does nicely. Can't get rid of the handball though. Good tackle there from McVee. Going to be a ball up. So a stoppage inside the forward 50 here for Port Adelaide. Back in the ruck. Gorn thumps it forward. Coming through with Zach Butters. Gets away. Drops the ball. Umpire pins him. No, he's got a free kick here, Zach Butters. So Zach Butters, a big chance here to get his third goal. So play on. So here, as it happened, Langdon tackled and held him and dragged him to ground. There'll be a free kick for a hold. So Zach Butters snaps around the body. He's hit the belly of the ball and he's kicked it on the full. Actually, still in play, but fisted out of bounds there from Hibbard. How'd you like the GWS game? I hate the Swans, but I want Logan McDonald on Hawks so bad. Well, now he's injured, and so is Callum Mills, so I don't know how Sydney are going to go tomorrow. I've tipped North Melbourne for that game, to be honest. So still inside the forward 50 here for Port Adelaide. Back in the ruck, Gorn. Thumps it forward, coming through was McVee. Got the kick away, kicks towards the 50. It rolls and rolls rolls towards the boundary. Lysette will get back first. He just took it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in. So, just on the forward side of the wing here on the commentary side here for Port Adelaide. Back in the ruck, it's Lysette and Gorn. Been going together most of the night. Gorn's definitely had the better of the battle, along with Grundy. Gorn knocks it down. Viney comes through. Mead. Great tackle. But then Petrarca tries to break through. 2 tackles from Port Adelaide. So the ball spills out. Houston gives it back to Butters. He kicks it towards the top of the 50. Salem does nicely to tap it away, but now coming through is Evans. He leaves it behind, though. Gives it off there. Viney, that's a throw. Play on to the call. Coming through again is Butters. He's been everywhere tonight. He gives out the handball out wide. Spargo does nicely, but Burne-Jones just thumps it forward. He comes through now. Langdon gives out the handball. Gives it off to Spargo. Spargo over the top to McVee. Has the football, but a great tackle from Burne-Jones. Wrenches him to the ground. It'll be a ball up. Butters is a gamer. Port can compete. He's playing brilliantly tonight. No matter what happens in this game, I mean, if the game stopped right now, he's getting 3 votes, really. I think he's getting 3 votes no matter what. Great tackle there from Willem Drew and Clayton Oliver. Be another ball up. He should have kicked that goal, though. That was a poor kick. So they're on the outer side here. Back in the ruck. Gorn knocks it down. Coming through was Drew. Butters again. Has the ball on a string. And then a torpedo from Houston. Thumps it inside the forward 50. At the back is Finlayson. Can't get rid of it. Just sockers it forward. Burton just sockers it forward again. They're just surging it forward here. Port Adelaide. Evans can't pick it up. Great tackle on Salem. Drags him down. Another ball up. Butters has currently had 37 touches. Already 4 in this last quarter. If Port Adelaide are going to win, he's going to be the one to do it. He's going to be the one to do it. He's had a massive game so far. Back in the ruck now, Gorn just taps it down there to Oliver and he just lets it go out of bounds. Massive game from Butters. One of the best games from any player this season. It's been a brilliant game. He's had touches all over the ground. He's been brilliant. He's the one who's going to drag him home. Finlayson just taps it forward. Pepper comes through. Gets it on the boot. It bounces towards goal. It on the line gets it through. Rosie can't gather it. Brayshaw tackled well. McVee gets the ball to boot. It's dangerous though. Jordan tackled well there from Mead. Now Drew snaps towards goal. He's hooked it too far. And he's just scored it behind. So Port Adelaide definitely surging now. They want to get an early one in this last term. He's getting 40 touches, 3 votes without a doubt. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. So Salem will take it out of the defensive goal square. Goes long towards the commentary side wing. Fritsch Bergman gets out the back though. Farrell will get there first if he gets an obliging bounce. Eventually gets it to Williams. Williams with a short little kick. Nice option. Finds Houston. Houston's been pretty good tonight as well for Port. Still 17 minutes to go in this game, in this last quarter. Houston thumps it long to a one-on-one. Finlayson goes up, can't bring it down. Mead just gets the handball away. Gawn can't pick it up. Lysette just soccers it forward. Langdon will get there first, just jams it on the boot. Kicks it towards the top of the 50. Now, Ben Jones gets there first, just thumps it forward, but Van Rooyen gets back. Great tackle there from Finlayson. Just gets the kick away. Van Rooyen out to Spargo. Now Spargo kicks it in short in the middle. Not the best option. It looks like Port Adelaide getting a free kick downfield. Inside the forward 50. Melbourne undisciplined. Free kick will go to Finlayson. So Finlayson has got a free kick in the forward 50. Van Rooyen is the one who's given it away. That's a shocking play. Van Rooyen just hit him in the chest, and that's always going to be a free kick. Got a little bit frustrated there, Van Rooyen, from the treatment that he got from Finlayson, but that was 100% a free kick. So Finlayson's missed 2 set shots tonight. He has kicked one. He kicks towards goal now, Finlayson. He holds that right goal post, but he sneaks it home. This one's gone right down to the white here at Adelaide Oval. A goal to Finlayson, kicks the first of the last. Great goal there from Port. Finlayson has his second. Four points the difference. So Van Rooyen gives away the free kick downfield. It was a shocking decision. It was a shocking thing to do. He almost hit him in the face. He could get a week for that. They don't like hitting players behind the play. So back in the ruck, Grundy just thumps it forward. Coming through was Oliver, can't bring it with him. Great tackle there from Viney on Rosie. It'll be another bull up. Still teaming down at Adelaide with the rain at the moment. It's a very similar game to Gather Round with the Bulldogs. It was teaming down in that game, and Port Adelaide just got home in that one. Rosie handballs it, but to no one in particular. Petrarca steals it, but then he can't gather it. And now Lysette will get the kick inside towards the forward 50. Pal Pepper should have marked it. Got back onto it, though. He wheels around on the right boot from 52 metres out. Pal Pepper kicks towards goal. It's gone through for a point. That was close, but another behind a Port. Back to 3 points the difference. Stephen May will take the kick-in duties. He immediately goes out towards the forward flank. And it looks like Grundy will get a free kick here for Melbourne. Lysette's given away a couple of stupid free kicks tonight. He's given one away there as well. Grundy plays on though. He's got a bit of pressure on him. Gives off the handball to Rivers. Gets a couple of steadying steps. Good pressure there from McEntee. Gets the kick away down the wing. To a one-on-one. Aaliyah gets the spoil coming across. There was Hunter. Gives it off to Oliver. Oliver gets pushed off the ball and kicks it on the fall. That's better from Lysette. So Lysette will get the free kick on the wing. He has the free kick, goes long to a 2-on-1. Salem just lets it out the back though. Finlayson can't gather it. Salem handballs it inside to Neil Bullen. He goes long, but it's a poor kick. Jonas cuts it off. So now Port Adelaide can switch the play. This is a bit of a tough option though. He goes across and he finds Houston. So now Houston goes down the middle of the ground. That's dangerous. Ollie Wines was hard over it though. Tries to give it off to Horn Francis. He almost got legged there, Horn Francis. And it was a trip. And that's going to be 50. That could be 50 against Neil Bullen. Viney did trip Horn Francis, but it wasn't 50. Here it is again. He goes down. Yeah, it was tripped by Salem, actually. Well, he hit his face on the ball there, Horn Francis. That would have caned. They've had only 7 inside 50s of the quarter, Port Adelaide. Horn Francis goes over the top, and all on his own is Finlayson on the 50-metre line. And we know Jeremy Finlayson can roost a big ball. This would be massive. So Jeremy Finlayson, he'll kick this from outside 50. He goes towards goal. He's launched it off the left boot. He's left it out to the left-hand side. And it's gone through for a point. He's missed a couple tonight, Jeremy Finlayson. They can't even get it inside their forward 50 at the moment, the Demons. Chad Wingard was the best 20 for Port Adelaide. He's underperforming for Port Adelaide for Hawthorn. I don't know what he's doing at Hawthorn. So Jonas knocks it down. Butters can't get there. Viney gives off the handball to Brayshaw. Now to Chandler. Chandler quick handball over to Hunter. He jams it on the boot down the wing. Gorn can't grab it. Aaliyah does nicely. Eventually gives off the handball to Horn Francis. He breaks past Hunter. And now Horn Francis can drive it back inside the forward 50. A long kick to Ollie Lord. Can't get his hands to it. Almost pushed out of it. Play onto the call. Burn Jones, great tackle there. Rivers gets the way. Jordan gets the kick away though. But it's only as far as Horn Francis. Great call. Calm and collected kick. Finds Butters. And Butters finds McEntee all on his own inside the forward 50. Great play from Port. And they are dominating this fourth quarter. Who else but Zach Butters would get on that football? Aaliyah hasn't had too many issues with Long inside the forward 50 tonight because he's been the tall defender on the tall forwards. They haven't really been too impactful tonight. But he did great there. So Jed McEntee kicked a brilliant goal against Sydney to bring him in front. A chance here to give Port Adelaide the lead. He's left it out to the right and he's kicked another behind. Port Adelaide may rue these chances at the end of the game. 1 point the difference at Adelaide Oval. This one's gone right down to the wire. But he would have got 1,000 years before he stayed with Hawthorn, though. Yeah, well, that's true. So Trent Rivers plays on. Goes long out towards the wing to a one-on-one. McDonald can't bring it with him, but gets it down to Viney. Back to McDonald. Doesn't have too many options. Gets tackled well from Jonas. That's holding the football. Great tackle there from Tom Jonas. Tom McDonald thought he was away, but Tom Jonas wasn't letting him past. So Tommy Jonas has the football on the outer wing. He goes inside the forward 50 to a pack of players. Playing for the free kick was Grundy. Butters gets it to himself, has a few options, kicks it out towards the forward 50. It's it's Dylan Williams, actually, who takes the mark, sorry. So Dylan Williams, the young man. Zach Butters is telling him to go back. Have a chance. What a brilliant game Zach Butters has had. He's had 41 touches, I think, now. Is it 38 or 41? Sorry. So Dylan Williams yet to kick a goal in his AFL career. What a time it would be to get on the scoreboard. He's going to kick this from outside 50 of Dylan Williams. He is a long kick. He's a long left booming kick. He comes out, kicks towards goal. He's absolutely munged it. It could be marked by Lord. It is! Ollie Lord's taken it in the pocket. He's dove down like a slips catcher and taken a beauty. He's had 39 by the way, Zach Butters. But what a mark there from Lord. That's definitely a mark. Great mark there from Ollie Lord. He's been good tonight. A chance here to give Port Adelaide the lead. Ollie Lord kicks towards goal. He's kicked it! Port Adelaide take a 5-point lead. What a massive moment in this game. Five-point lead to Port Adelaide. There's still so much time in this game. There's over 10 minutes. It's under 11. It's 10 minutes and 50 seconds to be exact. I don't know why I went around that 3 or 4 times. But anyway, that's what the time is left. Great finish there from Ollie Lord. It was a great mark in the pocket. It was a poor kick from Dylan Williams, but it had all the Melbourne defenders off guard. And Ollie Lord was the only one who read that one off the boot. I'd pay that. That's a mark. Maybe the little bit of a career starter here for Ollie Lord. Back in the ruck now. Gorn knocks it backwards nicely to Jordan, who's in the centre. He kicks it forward here for Melbourne. Could they get their first inside 50 of the quarter? Spargo can't bring it with him. Bonner leaves it behind. Neil Bullen off to Spargo. Spargo just wrenches a handball behind him. Hunter leaves it behind, though. Now Burton, who's gone back now. Snaps it across his body to a one-on-one. Now it's McEntee, can't bring it with him. Rivers tackled well from behind there. And now keeps it in Salem. That could be on the full here. No, I think it went out just before Salem kicked it. So it'll be a boundary throw in right on centre wing here. 11 inside 50s to Port Adelaide in this quarter. Melbourne have had 0. Port Adelaide have absolutely dominated this last quarter so far. To be honest, they've dominated 3 of the 4 quarters. It was only Melbourne's third term that brought them right back into it. Back in the ruck. Lysette knocks it down. Petrarca can't bring it with him. Butters again. That's to the 40. Gives it off. And now Horne-Francis doesn't have many options, so he just goes back. Goes to Burton. Burton leaves it behind. Now Melbourne can surge forward. Petrarca gives it off to Gawn. Gawn gets it back on his right boot. Kicks it forward. Bergman gets back. Grundy can't bring it with him. Now Horne-Francis and Pickett. Horne-Francis works back. Butters again. Almost taken without it. Play on to the call. Van Rooyen. Snaps towards goal. It goes to the pocket. Will it go through? It hits the boundary, the point post and goes out of bounds. Just under 10 minutes to play now. This is a massive moment. Melbourne have finally got it inside their forward 50. Can they get one from this stoppage? They've been brilliant in the ruck tonight with Gawn and Grundy. Umpire throws it in. Grundy taps it down. Leaves it behind there, Williams. Van Rooyen handles it out the back. Petrarca jams it on the boot. Can't do much with it. Horne-Francis kicks it away, but it's a poor option. Hunter cuts it off. Takes the mark. Couldn't get enough on it there, Horne-Francis, to kick it away. And Lockie Hunter takes the mark about 35 metres out with about a 45, 50 degree angle. It's just the problem sometimes. He couldn't get much onto it, Horne-Francis. He got tackled from behind. It was good pressure from Melbourne. He just couldn't get it towards the boundary. And Lockie Hunter a chance now to give Melbourne the lead back. So Lockie Hunter, 30 metres out from goal. Kicks towards goal. He's hooked it. It's still in play at the moment. Lysette fists it towards the point and he gets it through. So Melbourne score their first score of the last quarter. It's only a behind. So Port Adelaide now, Horne-Francis has the football. He goes long down the wing to a one-on-one. Lord does well to get in front and spoil it away. It bounces about 30 metres forward here for Melbourne, but Williams gets there first. A little check side kick, nice. He finds a teammate, good option. So Francis Evans has the football. My stream has just suddenly fucking shit itself. Great. Don't shit yourself, fucking thing. Don't shit yourself. So, alright, Melbourne have got it forward and Tom McDonald's taking the mark. Sorry, that just fucking shit itself. My internet. But, yeah, what happened was Francis Evans went for the kick long. He got it smothered well by Petrarca. Then Butters fell over. Petrarca cut it off. Gives it off to Hunter. Back to Petrarca. And he kicked it inside forward 50 to a free Tom McDonald. Still 8 minutes to go in this game. Tom McDonald's been very quiet tonight. He's kicked one. A chance here to give Melbourne the lead. Tom McDonald kicks towards goal. He has nailed it! Melbourne take the lead back! Melbourne lead it by 2 points here at Adelaide Oval. Great finish. He's been quiet tonight, Tom McDonald, but he has got 2 goals. Great work there from Christian Petrarca. Back in the ruck now. Gawn just thumps it forward. Petrarca gets the football. We'll get the clearance here for Melbourne. Kicks it inside the forward 50. Who will get there first? Oh, Van Rooyen almost brought it down. Gets out towards the left-hand side of the stoppage. Now Fritsch gives it off to Chandler. Chandler keeps it in. Can Chandler kick an absolute miracle? No. He was off to the races there, Cade Chandler, but he just couldn't finish it. Petrarca has lifted in the past few minutes. Melbourne lead it by 3. Dylan Williams will take the kick-in duties here for Port Adelaide. Still heaps of time. There's still over 7.5 minutes. Williams will take the kick-in. He goes long down the wing. One-on-one. Finlayson can't bring it down. Oliver leaves it behind. Eventually gets a handball out to Viney. But cut off nicely there from Rosie. Rosie kicks it long. High ball. Who's going to get there first? It's Lysette who thumps it forward. Does nicely in the end. McEntee just taken right in the back there from Jordan. Play onto the call. Wines to Rosie. Back to Wines. Wines jams it inside the forward 50. Who gets there first? It hits the ground over the top of Brayshaw. Now thumped away there from Hibbard. It's out outside the 50. Mead gets out the handball. Taken down there, Mead, almost without it. Play onto the call. McEntee back to Lysette. And Lysette will get tackled and it'll be a ball up. It's just under 7 minutes to go in this game. 3-point lead to Melbourne. They just got the last goal courtesy of Tom McDonald. Gorn knocks it down. Can't win it there, Oliver. Petrarca tries to get it. Plays for a high one there, Oliver. Petrarca plans the call. Still holding his head there, Petrarca. Long towards the forward 50. It's thumped away. Ollie Wines leaves it behind. So did Chandler. And a great tackle there from Chandler on Farrell. He just gets it out of there, though. Ollie Wines leaves it behind. Jordan tries to get away from it. Then thumped forward off the ground there from Houston. Gets inside the forward 50. McVie will get there first here for Melbourne. Has some time. Gives it off to Brayshaw. Back to Lever. They go right back to Stephen May. Umpire's fallen over. That's hilarious. Then he goes long. One-on-one. Great spoil there from Mead. Locks it inside the forward 50. Pal Pepper has the football. Tries to work back onto his left foot. Has Mead on his right. Gives it back to Mead. Mead snaps towards the top of the forward 50. Up goes Ward Francis. Can't bring it down. Oliver gets out the handball. And now Langdon can work away. Langdon goes in toward... It's a dangerous kick. Van Rooyen leaves it behind. Butters. He's been brilliant all night. He breaks past 1-2. Gives off the handball. That's a high one. Zach Butters will get the free kick. 100% a free kick. Van Rooyen, he knows he's done dirty there. High free kick to Zach Butters. He's had 2 touches now in this game. He has been absolutely massive tonight. It's one of the best games of the season by any player I've seen. Just shakes off a little bit of a high one there, Zach Butters. He's kicked 2 goals. He's missed one completely. He's had 18 contested, 2 tackles, 9 clearances, Zach Butters. He's been brilliant. Zach Butters to kick his third. Kicks towards goal. He's hooked it a little bit. He's left it out to the left and he's missed. 2 points the difference. The difference. Stephen May will take the kicking duties for Melbourne now. So Stephen May goes long. Just keeps it outside of the centre square. Long to one-on-one. Out the back, Houston thumps it down. But Petrarca dropped that. That's holding the football. He pins him. Great play from Mead. He's been brilliant in the past few minutes. Jackson Mead. Came on as the sub. Gives off the handle immediately. Gives it to Houston. Now Houston drives it back inside the forward 52 a one-on-one. Lever drops the mark. Now May leaves it behind. Finlayson just taps it forward. Ben Jones sockers it, can't bring it down. Now Horn Francis can't get rid of it. Picks it up with the one hand. Horn Francis, that was brilliant. Rosie snaps over the left boot. He kicks a brilliant goal. Connor Rosie. Port Adelaide take the lead back. What a goal from Connor Rosie. Port Adelaide take the lead back. It's just a massive moment. That was brilliant and so clean from Horn Francis below his knees in this kind of conditions. He picked it up one hand, no fumbles, straight to Rosie, who nailed it on his left boot. Melbourne can't do anything about that. That is just so good football from Port. Still 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Melbourne aren't out of this game yet, but that was absolutely brilliant. This has been a finals football... This has been like finals football pressure. It's been an absolutely massive game. No fans lost for either side tonight. It's been brilliant. Back in the ruck. Gorn wins it down. Gets his own clearance nicely. Kicks it inside the forward 50. Who's in front? Can't win it there. Chandler gets out the back. Fritsch and Bergman will get there first. Fritsch plays it through his legs and then just taps it out of bounds. Just outside the forward 50 here for Melbourne. 4.5 minutes to go. Umpire throws it in. Gordon Lysette takes it out of the ruck, almost threw that out. Now Viney thumps it inside the forward 50. Who gets there first? Van Rooyen lets it at the back. Drew taps it down nicely to Wines. Handball was a bit ominous. Then Burton leaves it behind Chandler. Off to Fritsch. He's always calling a come in this situation. Snaps towards goal, but he's hooked it too much. Bailey Fritsch misses. 3 points the difference. If Port Adelaide, whoever wins tonight, will be second on the ladder. So Houston will play on from the defensive goal square. He goes long. He does hook it into the centre square, which is a bit dangerous. He fists it away there, Finlayson from Stephen May. Petrarca gives it back to Salem, who just dribbles it towards the forward 50. Williams has time, kicks it away, does nicely. Now Port Adelaide can go. Rosie takes the football, takes some meterage, goes long towards the forward 50. Pal Pepper in a 2-on-1. Can he get there first? He does, but great pressure there from Hibberd. Takes it over the line. That was brilliant from Michael Hibberd. There was a player out the back for Port. He knew he had to go, Hibberd. And he just went. He just didn't even think. He went. And he took it out of bounds. Great pressure from both sides. Goes out of bounds. Just inside the forward 50 here for Port. Back in the ruck. Gorn thumps it towards the top of the stoppage. Pal Pepper snaps towards goal. He's just left it out to the right. It's just missed. Back to 4 points. So Stephen May. As the football. He decides to go out to the commentary side wing as he's done all night, Stephen May. Goes long to a one-on-one. Gorn and one. Can't bring it down. Houston does nicely. Rosie soccers it forward. Who will get there first? Salem just dives on top of it. Gets rid of it. Oh, great little spin move there from May. Hooks it towards the boundary line. One-on-one. Hunter can't bring it down. Chandler does nicely to Petrarca. And Petrarca sends a 60-metre torpedo down towards the forward line. But Bergman gets back first. Cool, long kick towards to a 2-on-1. Rosie does nicely and thumps it out of bounds. Still 3 minutes to go. There's heaps of time left in this one. Still heaps of time in this one. About 70 metres out from Port Adelaide's goal. Stoppage on the commentary side wing. Who will blink first? Lysette tries to win it down. Gorn can't get there. Wines just can't get rid of the handball enough. Gorn dash to drop. He just dropped the ball. Play onto the call. Neil Bullen fights for it. Can't get rid of it. Viney, great pickup. Hunter, great tackle there from Butters. Hunter just taps it away. Probably from his own teammate. And Wines can't get rid of it. And now Viney has time on his right boot. It's a dangerous kick. Williams comes across. Can't take the mark, but worked hard to get back onto it. Play onto the call. Oh, that's a free kick against Viney. Contact below the knees from Jack Viney. That was poor. And a free kick will go to Dan Houston on the wing. He dove in like a slide tackle there from Jack Viney. That was poor. That was always going to be a free kick. So Dan Houston will take the free kick. He goes out wide, goes in short, and he finds Williams. 2.5 minutes to go. Port Adelaide probably... You couldn't think they would hold it for this long. He definitely won't, so he goes long. Inside the forward 50. Gorn's back there. At the back, Lever. Great mark. Oh, and Pal Pepper's giving away 50. That was poor. That was dumb from Pal Pepper. So Jake Lever has the football in the middle of the ground. That was almost touched off the boot. He drives it inside the forward 50. Up goes McDonald. Lear from behind. Thumps it down. Now Petrarca, is he clean? He kicks it towards the top of the goal square. Burton comes across and marks it brilliantly. Great mark from Ryan Burton. He's been brilliant tonight up forward. And he's taken a brilliant mark going back here for Port. Ryan Burton. He's still got a long time. There's still over a minute and a half to go. Ryan Burton decides to go long on the outer wing to a 3-on-1 in Melbourne's favour. Ollie Wines did brilliantly. Burn Jones just soccers it forward. Port Adelaide got players here, but Finlayson left it behind. And now Hibberd just handles it underground. Nice little play to May. And now Neil Bullen goes inside the forward 50. Alira in 1-on-1. Can't bring it down. Van Royen can't bring it with him. Jonas does nicely. Williams, great play. The young man kicked it in short. Fine, Ollie Wines. There's still over a minute to go. Port Adelaide, can they find a free man or will they have to go long? Melbourne have manned up well. So Ollie Wines goes long down the wing. Long to Pal Pepper. Can't bring it down. Out the back, Hibberd. Gives it a nice little handball out to Viney. And now, can Rosie go up? Can he mark it? He does! Rosie, great mark. He tells his teammates to settle down. 46 seconds to go in this game. Rosie has the football. Kicks it long down the wing, but it's a poor option. Gorn couldn't bring it with him, though. It's off his foot, though. Wasn't that off his foot? Oh, he got lucky there, Max Gorn. 37 seconds to go. Stoppage on true centre wing. Anyone can score from here. Will Melbourne just surge it all the way forward? Will Port Adelaide hold on? Here we go. Back in the ruck now. Gorn thumps it backwards. Ollie Wines read it well. Gets off the handball. Drew can't bring it with him. Now Lysette, great handball off to Houston. Houston drives it towards forward 50. That's gone out of bounds. That'll be deliberate. Free kick will go to Melbourne. 24 seconds on the clock. Free kick here for Melbourne. Hibbert will take the free kick. He goes long down the wing to a 2-on-1. Butters can't bring it down with him. Langdon kicks it forward. It goes to Lysette. Lysette just sockets it off the ground. Great play there from Lysette. Goes out of bounds. Will be a boundary throw in. Forward side of the winger for Melbourne. 14 seconds on the clock. Can Port Adelaide hold on here and take a massive win? Butters is screaming, barking orders here for his players. He throws it in. It's a terrible throw in. Lysette just thumps it forward. Palpepper will get the football. Port Adelaide are going to win here tonight. Palpepper thumps it long. It goes out of bounds on the full. But that'll all she wrote. Port Adelaide have pulled off a massive win here at Adelaide Oval tonight. They've beaten one of the premiership favourites. The Demons have been brave, but Port Adelaide have won. The siren goes. Ken Hinkley cheers. Port Adelaide have won. What a massive win for Port Adelaide. They've beaten a real contender, and they've taken home a massive win. What a win from Port Adelaide. It was a massive win. Not many people thought they would win tonight. Alright, I'll just put up the statistics, guys. Alrighty, guys, so... Oh, that's the wrong game. Fucking idiot. Alrighty, guys, so there are the top disposal getters on the ground. Of course, Zach Butters with the 41 was massive tonight. One of the best games you'll ever see from an AFL footballer. Was brilliant. He had 41 touches, 33 to Dan Houston, 31 to Connor Rosie, 28 to Oliver, and the 26 to Ollie Wines rounds out the top 5. And then for the best fantasy scorers out there, Zach Butters with the massive 148, Connor Rosie with the 121, Dan Houston with the 111, Drew with the 106, and then rounding out the top 5 was Clayton Oliver with the 104. What a game. That was a massive game. Probably game of the season, in my opinion. Anyway, guys, that's all for the stream tonight. Thanks for watching. I'll probably be doing another one this week. Let me just quickly see what the other games are. I probably won't do one tomorrow. Or maybe... no, we probably won't do it tomorrow. I'll probably do the Collingwood-Carlton game on Sunday. So make sure to stick around for that as well, guys. Thanks for watching today. That's all from me, so I'll catch you all in the next one. Ciao, Butters. That's my cat, Butters. Not named after Zach Butters, but anyway.